Ow! I was trying to say hello, and then I hit my mouth, my mic. So we're off to a great start. We have EMEA, we have playoffs to do, we have Masters playoffs specifically to get ourselves started with. I have been covering advanced, expert, and really anything under the sun, but today it is a Masters time of day. We have round one and round two to go to for EMEA. We're gonna be starting off on the other end, on the other half of that upper bracket, which is gonna be Ereus and Dreamlight, which I know they're choosing their map right now. Let me grab that really quickly for myself. Looks like we're going to go to Oasis for our first game for these guys. And now Ereus is picking who will be red, which is gonna be on the right side. I hope we just keep it to like I already had them on sides according to the FACEIT, but they always change sides on me because they might hate me. So we're just waiting on which side is gonna be which side. I got my coffee. I had some hash browns from Dunkin' Donuts. I am good to go. Got my little cash shirt on. I'm ready. I am ready as ever. Now they are just kind of waiting. But now that we know the Oasis is gonna be the first map between these guys, is gonna be a fun time. It's gonna be ideally just dive on City Center. We didn't really see too much of that last. I think yesterday or 2 days ago, we saw Orisa mostly on City Center, which you would expect to see more like Hazard or Winston or Diva, but otherwise, it looks like Arius is gonna be on the right side, so that's just so sad. Okay, hold on, let me fix it then. And they also have first ban, which is gonna be on Sojourn. So Arius is gonna be. I'm sorry, Mentira. It looks like Dreamlight is banning Sojourn, which is fine. So let's put Dreamlight on this side. And we also have Ereus on this side. We're going to also get our ban in. Team 1 is Dreamlight. They banned Sojourn. I finally got my Hazard AV. It took me forever to get it. Team 2 ban, I always miss it because FACEIT goes really fast. Like once you choose it, it's like done. But hopefully it won't troll me. But I'll be inviting to lobby in just a couple of seconds as we get our second ban in, which they banned DPS, so I'm assuming is gonna probably be hello. I'm assuming it's probably gonna be I will go for like Kiriko ban off the bat. Just take the bandit off. Why not? Or even a Orisa ban. Looks like they have solidified the second ban. The website hates me though, so I can't look at it until later. And otherwise, we're just waiting for invite to lobby. Should be relatively soon as these guys are getting their players together. I'm super excited. I never really followed FACEIT before this season, and I only really started following it because we had Kong All Heroes do FACEIT for the last bracket we had, and it went relatively well. Some hiccups on the FACEIT website. It happens. It is what it is. I hope we don't have any hiccups like that this time because last time there was like a problem with like the bands not. Like we went into game 2 and the teams couldn't choose the band. It kept the same bands from game 1, which is like it was really weird, and everyone was like, "Hey, what if we do scrim? What if we do scrim rules?" And then they're like, "No, we actually need one of the band character. We need one of the band characters for this comp, or something like that." And I was like, "Yeah, you can't really do that. You can't really have like, um, we gotta get our bands in." So then we had to admins come in, and then we had to go on like a little pause for like 5-10 minutes. It was a mess. And then both teams used their pauses to like make sure that the game wouldn't keep going. And thankfully, I think admins were able to reset the game and give them back their pauses and everything. So it worked out, and it was resolved relatively quickly. But I saw in the general chat that there was another game. I think all the games were having that issue where there was bans that just weren't working, or like the site wasn't working or something, and there was a team that had to go into, I believe, a custom lobby and just like be paused for 30 minutes so an admin was available to like help them out. It's crazy. But yeah, we'll be getting invited relatively soon. I don't know. I'm excited. I know Dreamlight because of Kong All Heroes. They have a Kong All Heroes team that plays within Kong All Heroes. And then Ereus I actually know just because it's Ereus. I know Ereus. I've seen them also in more rivals where they had a really, I think they won one of the last tournaments I commentated. It was like a $2,000 tournament. They won the whole thing and they did very well. So I know both these teams from separate events, separate categories, separate games even, but I know the teams. And then I also know the team that's on the opposite side of them, which I'm really excited to commentate whoever wins this one and that one to go into round 2 because it's between these two teams. Gas T3 is Gas T3 Not a Job and Anomaly, all four of which are very solid teams. Gas T3 I know of only because they competed in CGL season 14, and I want to say they won their region. If not, they got second place. I want to say they won though. It was really funny. Oh, Reinhardt. Wait, guys. Our ban is Reinhardt. Who else is in here? Oh, everyone, their mother. Okay, I think these are all other observers. I always get nervous when there's other observers in here. I'm like, oh. But let me get that Reinhardt ban up on the screen for you. And also, yes, I got it right. So Ereus on the right side. Team 2 banned Reinhardt, which is fair. I get it. Kind of. It would negate that Rein brawl on, like, University. But that's fine. Like, there's so much better brawl heroes to play. So there we go. So there's, like, better brawl heroes to play. Honestly, like, there's Vermatra, there's Orisa, there's just better options than... Oh! Where's Dreamlight? There's better options than just Reinhardt, so I wonder if they just did it to do it. At least just to cut away from the Reinhardt being in play, which is fair. It's just... There's a lot of counters to Reinhardt. If you out-angle Reinhardt, he kind of just like... Oh! Where do I go? Hey, where do I look? You know, he's really good at traditional... front brawl, but if you have off anglers, if you have anyone on this angle and on that angle and on this angle, what can Ryan do realistically? You know what I mean? What's happening in this channel? Yo, how many streams we got? I think those are main 27. I think the other ones are, I think it's 3 streams. I think it's 3, but oh my god, they're adding more numbers. What's a really funny long number? It's okay. So I will waiting for Dreamlight to lock in load into this lobby. Otherwise, I want to really quickly see if I can just kind of check out the bracket real... Whoa. I'm doing funny stuff. There we go. I'm going to really quickly look over at... What's it called? Miss FACEIT website. Oh, me when I lie. Oh, they all logged in so quick. My bad. Okay, we're back. Okay. So, looks like we have Oasis, as we already knew this. Beautiful. We're starting things off. I call this downtown, but it is not downtown. I know it's not downtown. But I call it that because I have nothing else to call it. It might just be gardens. Actually, I think this might just be gardens or something like that. They're very... Overwatch loves to call things garden. So, as we go up into this Oasis map, we're going to see exactly what these teams are going to be running here. I forgot. I'm saying, guys, I keep forgetting that I have this beautiful Q and E button that automatically lowers and raises the camera. Ooh, wait, pause. I like this. I see Zarya, I see Ramatra, which is very interesting in and of itself. So, fight will likely start over here. So, I'm going to go position myself right over here. First fight should happen here, right? So, with Zar versus Ramatra, I was going to say Zar is also a brawl that you could play instead of Reinhardt, but I didn't know if it was even viable to say or even mention Zarya. But as you can see, rotations coming in. They're going over to this back area. We're actually committing to this the Symmetra here from Pyromaniac. Let Central Pan already on this high ground, actually pushing in. So Dreamlight looking very nice and proper. At least this first pick, but beautiful. What a boop. Oh, what a boop from Jepper Swag. I mean, Rod able to kind of find that reversal at the very least. So it's going to be a one-off trade between both these teams here. But one's down in tank and one's down in DPS. Central Pan goes over to the Doomfist instead. Decides, okay, Ramatra's not... Okay, no, me, I lie. Actually, they're going to be going right back to the Ramatra. I think they kind of wanted to go Ram for a second just to see if they could touch. But otherwise, the point was going to be going by the way of Ereus anyway. Still, what a boop. What a fantastic boop. Really good bubble, but both of them have been expended from Lars, so this is going to be the go button for Central Pan as we are in Nemesis form, but they get hindered, and that is a full charge Zarya kind of swinging right at your face, but D-Cruz on this Freya still finds a beautiful pick again onto Japper Swag, and we get another trade-off similar to game one, to that round first fight, where we had Central Pan traded for Jesper, but then look at this, the Freya does so much of that that work where you're kind of just picking off these off angles, finishing off kills post ominously. It's really cool, really well done from Dreamlight to retake this objective relatively quickly as well. And this Freya's up in the high ground. Not even the high ground. She's just in the air doing whatever she wants. D-Cruz, a fantastic work, and already has the bolo shot in that back pocket. Now, as this next fight starts to approach here, I mean, this is going to be crazy. But here is a teleport coming in as a way to get out. But then a wonderful dive comes in from Jester's back, pretty much by themselves. And now looking over at this high ground at the back line, putting a lot of pressure on Stun, even more so committing with a Tectonic Shock. The cover does help out Dreamlight a tiny bit here to avoid the Tectonic Shock, which does, the mirror does deplete, but it doesn't really matter now that we've gone down Rod, excuse me. The bullet shot expended. Point still in favor of Dreamlight so far, as they are just playing to stall, knowing this fight was pretty much done and dusted. Going by the way of Ereus once again. Very nice fight here. We also are going to have the... I forgot this is a skin that has some music attached to it. We are going to have the sound barrier, right? And Central Pan. Got it. Central only now kind of getting nearer to this Annihilation, so I'm expecting this sound barrier to be used in connection with that Annihilation. But here comes a window, very beautifully done, but there's gonna be a venture right in my face, and then they're gonna back right back out and get poked out insanely so. But here comes a sound barrier. Doesn't even give Central a chance to expend that Annihilation. But thankfully, we also get the reverse one from Volta as well. So you trade off two very, very good ultimates, both of the sound barriers. And this should be giving Dreamlight at least a little bit of a leg up as they reapproach this next fight with that Annihilation. And then pretty much just the grab will be there to stop it. Ooh, good Zar skin, Lars. But you can get bubbled here. Beautiful. Another really big opening from Jesper. Is the go button for Ereus if they want to just kind of walk right in. They have the grab if needed, but gotta keep our Zara up. Make sure that grab does get its value. And they absolutely do get peeled back. Oh, I didn't know you can make that. My bad. Now we're ticking down on this, not even timer, just the percentage here, going closer and closer to that overtime. But, I mean, they're on the high ground. Here comes this Freya on the high, gets completely caught up by Lars, and that bola shot will be completely unavailable. Also going to be seeing the continued rush from Texel. I mean, the fight is still ongoing, but here comes the Annihilation. Will it be enough, especially as we have the Tectonic Shock in the backline, putting pressure onto Atomics and completely sideswiping the entirety of Dreamlight here, as Ereus not only take the objective, but also completely inhibit the use of that bola shot, the use of the upcoming window by just kind of targeting the right targets at the right time. Very, very well done. But now as we move over towards, I think this might be University. I'm going to guess University. Oh, no, it's not. Actually going to be City Center here. This is where Dive might be seen a little bit more. Unfortunately, sorry guys, I don't have the cool observer, like, what's it called? Oh my god, what's it called? Buttons to like automatically go to like the center point and everything. I don't have all that. I'm just a simple guy. I'm just a little guy. I mean, we're not seeing any swaps off the brawl though, so we're gonna see a brawl v brawl here again. And again, rotation here is important. I mean, I think Dreamlight looking to take back pillar. Actually, we're both going to taking back pillar. Going really quickly here. Dreamlight once again there first. Bubble is already expended from the side of Lars, so that's gonna be at least one resource down for the Zarya, especially as we see D-Cruz get another beautiful finishing touch there onto Lars with the Freya. And again, it is just going to be a rotation over to the objective. Try to find another kind of pick here. That being onto the Venture. Beautifully done by Dreamlight, coming back with a vengeance and making sure that that first round was not a fluke. They have to make sure that they keep their mental in check. They keep their fight planning in check. And now it's really just up to Ereus. Can they break through? Because I feel like this point is somewhat difficult because of these barriers that are in that first point, so it kind of forces you into like a slight bottleneck towards the objective. Anyone close to ultimates? I mean, Tomic's really close to Amplification Matrix. This Freya's on this high ground. Lars ideally going to be absorbing a lot of that extra damage from the Freya's crossbow, and also being a slight 3-2 split. The Cassidy and Cassidy and Lucio on their own angle. Yo, why can't I spec Cav? Yo, my F8 isn't even a button. Hello? Okay, now I know. Have on this back area, looking and putting a little bit of pressure, not too much. The fall-off range is not very generous to Cassidy and D-Cruz once more, already having that bullet shot charged right up, and just kind of looking at these heads and popping them open. Beautifully done, and Lars kind of just getting run over by the cars there, like roadkill, and suddenly you have a big advantage in in ults. You have the power of the window. You also have the power of that bola shot, which I wouldn't be surprised if D-Cruz uses right here. And we're actually using the window super close here. I actually really like it. Texel gets a nice sneaky headshot onto Tomix, kind of negating that Infection Matrix from the Baptiste. But otherwise, this is still a really good opening, really good stationary hold from Dreamlight. Oh, we're walking in. Oh, Lars putting a lot of pressure onto themselves. Ventures in. Jesper has a barrel, goes over to the back line, and here comes this. The Bolo shot alongside that Kitsu rush. Ereus looking to put all this pressure onto the Symmetra, and they might. Good Lamb comes through though, but they flip it anyway. They didn't even have to really win the fight. All they had to do was push them off the objective, put so much pressure with this high power, with the high charge Zarya, with the Kitsune rush, and now they're backing up. Now here is the reversal, the defensive Symmetra wall here, and here comes a sound barrier as well. Both of them actually can be expended here, but here's High Cap. Deadeye does find D-Cruz. That's actually massive for Ereus, because that was honestly, arguably, D-Cruz, one of the biggest factors in these fights that have been so good for Dreamlight, but then suddenly you have this annihilation in your face, which is still ongoing. And unfortunately, Jesper's swag gets a little bit too in there. And despite everything, despite the annihilation being used, besides the sound barrier is still central. Finding these last minute picks, but at some point your health pool will deplete, and that is gonna be a cap, not even just a cap. They capped it earlier, but they kept the point under their belt for Ereus. Okay, just kind of waiting out what's the approach. Looks like they're gonna be going over. Are they going back over to this back area again? They actually will be. Look at, oh, whoa, dig site. I'm looking at the dig site, and I'm looking at Tomix getting completely just annihilated by said dig site, by the Tectonic Shock, and then Pyromaniac, unfortunately, still a victim of the Jepper Swag Venture. Very nicely done from Ereus as they continue to keep this point alive. 70%. I mean, this momentum is very much shifting in favor of Ereus, and this is really where it comes down to, can Dreamlight bring it back? They still have D-Cruz's roll-up shot. They still have this Amplification Matrix. We do see ICAV utilizing the Deadeye. Doesn't really find too much, however. Jesper Swag needs to back up, but there's a little bit of a split between the tank and the and the team, and it doesn't even matter. Continue rush committed by Texel here, and there's me reversal, but here comes the, oh, this is me big. Here comes the grab, and that is just damage upon damage upon damage, and with Central coming trying to get to the point so quickly, we're able to stop for a little bit longer. If we can get this annihilation as well, oh yeah. This is fantastic. Lars has to back up. Everyone needs to get away from this radius, but the Bubble Adventure comes in clutch. We go from Nemesis form, get the armor back online, but then the bullet shot comes through at the same time, and this might be enough for Dreamlight to take it back, but now there's a sound barrier right in my face, and there's suddenly a Tracer from ICAP, who is just doing so much work here. Tomix trying to stay alive on the Juno, trying to keep everyone in and go for TP back and forth, kind of forcing a lot of people to not really know where this Juno is, getting a pick there, but we still have Symmetra still on the point, fighting to stay alive as long as possible, playing around these borders, but can't even teleport back in time, and that is gonna be a 2-0 on Oasis in favor of Ereus, taking the first series. University Center and Gardens. Thank you. I knew it was Gardens. Damn. I was like, I have a feeling it was just Gardens. Yeah, my bad. I have... My monitors are... One of them was turned off. I'm going to turn it right now, so I have chat at least open here. But yeah. Basically, just very well done. Gardens went, by the way, of areas very convincingly so. And then I feel like City Center was really close. I cannot lie. It was really close, but I just feel like the pressure that Ereus was putting onto Dreamlight was very good. They just couldn't break through. And whenever they had ultimates, like for example, we saw the bullet shot was, let me update score real fast. We saw the bullet shot was ready for a long time, and there was just genuinely zero opportunity to utilize it. There was zero chance. There was also the amplification matrix on top of that. They were just kind of getting caught out over and over again. Ereus was shutting down these ults. They knew that we're online already. I mean, you can kind of assume Freya has her ultimate at all times. I can't lie. So, with that being said, going back over here, we are gonna be seeing a. Ooh, okay. So it looks like Dreamlight is gonna be going over and choosing King's Road. They're gonna attack first. Interestingly enough, so I'm gonna actually swap these scoreboards really quickly. And we're also seeing a ban on the Zarya, which is fair. You know, very good Zarya. I cannot lie. But let me do very quickly just swap people around. Gonna change the scores as well so we can get that nice and updated. And our bans are going to be, I know that we did see a ban, Ereus, it's not Ereus. Dreamlight is banning Zarya. And I didn't get to see the Team 2 ban, but we'll see in a couple of seconds. Or at least very, very soon. So now I can actually look at the chat. Reinhardt bans Absolute Cinema. Reinhardt ban... This is so sad. Reinhardt ban is so funny to me because just like... I get it. But also... So many tanks do like better job than Reinhardt. You know, Ramattra, for example, just blows Rein out the water. I would almost say Malga, but Malga doesn't really have a... Oh. No, not Malga. He just has a better stomp than Reinhardt, a better charge than Reinhardt, but he doesn't like have better defensive. I think Malga doesn't have as good defense as Reinhardt, not only because he doesn't have a shield, but only because I believe Cardiac Overdrive did get nerfed a couple of times to negate survivability that Malga did have earlier. Otherwise, well done. Going to King's Row. I love King's Row. Everyone loves King's Row. We love King's Row in this house. Okay. I should put it over here. Oh, it's so smart. Oh, guys, I'm so smart. There we go. Okay, I got my setup. I can look at chat now. I actually might need to make it a little bigger. I'm blind. There we go. I'm a little blind. Not too much on me. I could put my contacts on, but where's the fun? I never wear my glasses. I've been kind of saving my contacts. I need to buy new contacts, so I've been like really extending how long I wear them for. Otherwise, there we go. They are ready to go. And the other band actually is going to be on Kiriko. Completely fair. Let's get that Kiri band in there. My poor girl. I would have banned back Loki. Hello. Wait, my guy's Pingu. I know Pingu. Yeah, I think these are all like FACEIT official observers. I am just a humble little lad. I am just a humble little guy doing my own stuff. But here we go. On King's Row. God, I hate this prompt so much. On King's Row. I mean, this is where things really get active. I love first point King's Row. Okay, really quickly. We have like mad time. They're going to walk out, right? My favorite thing to do on King's Row when I'm walking out, especially if I'm like on Ana or something, or Kiriko, which usually I am because I don't want to play anyone else. I go down, I go through here, go over here, go here. I do a little healing, right? And then I go down here, and then I go to this very beautiful high ground. And then I'm like, and then I jump down here. And then I take this long ass rotation because I have no legs. If I'm Kiriko, I would have just jumped over. And I'm like over here. And I love playing this high ground. Or if we're going faster, which I personally love. I love the hotel strat. But if I'm defending, right? And I see a team. This is what I usually do. I've unlocked it in my head. I go over here. If they come through hotel, I just go back here. And I flip it on them. I'm like, haha, what do you do now? Okay, we have Orisa mirror happening here. Ereus banned Kiri, I think Lars is Zarya player, maybe that's why they banned Ryan. Yeah, basically. That's exactly why they banned Ryan. They just wanted to make sure that Zarya got to play Zar. Zarya plays Zar without any sort of repercussions, and that's completely fair. But now we have a Orisa mirror here, right? From Central and Lars. And they're being pushed really far back. I do like that we're keeping the Symmetra. I think you don't really see it all that often. I think the TP strats that we are seeing from Dreamlight are really solid most of the time. But I mean, we're standing strong, and ICAP once more on this Cassidy. I think Cassidy is so good right now. Stop. I think Cassidy, full stop. I think Cassidy is doing amazing in the greater meta space. I think he's very, very strong. I think he's really tanky. As a DPS, I mean, 275 HP, nothing to scoff at. Really good roll, really good. The only thing he lacks is movement, but that's fine. You know, he has everything else going for him in the kitchen sink. So already we're going to be seeing this not even just Deadeye, but also Deadeye from both sides, and also the Amplification Matrix on both sides. So it really is a matter of who gets the better Deadeye, who gets the better window. Speaking of, I want to see, Central needs to be careful. There's a high ground TP on top there, but also seeing the Amplification Matrix alongside the window be expended here. Looks like they're going to go over to the through hotel, gets rid of Pingu. There's also a high noon happening, and we spin fast enough, and we nearly avoid the skulls of death here. Lars comes in, or at least has the terror surge. Here's the reversal. High noon misses the spear and make it a beautiful 2-piece from D Cruz, which should be opening up this objective unlock for Dreamlight. Nicely so. Nicely done. Wow. I mean, it was Deadeye for Deadeye, right? And ICAD just couldn't find anything. There was too much cover that Dreamlight could have and did use. But then D Cruz comes in. You see the terror surge. You see the Deadeye. You're just stuck. Beautiful combination from Dreamlight. Now we also are having this symmetric wall unlock. So, I mean, as we see Ereus look over at this bridge area and try to hold it, it's one of the most difficult places to break through on King's Row besides first, right? Which is these archways. You can contest it so easy. You have all this cover. You had to slowly poke out and find a pick here. But I mean, with this symmetric wall coming out, it's gonna be massive, and I hear a Dragon Blade happening as well, but unfortunately, too much pressure, too much of these sim turrets completely negates Jesper's Dragon Blade here. Also seeing Pingu commit with this rally, pushing everybody and their mother back on Dreamlight, but these symmetric turrets are so strong, I kind of just negating this push from Ereus. They have to kind of stay near the entrance of Archway and not really commit, but also can be seeing the whoa, chill. Whoa! Everyone just died. I couldn't even like spec who they did anything because everyone did something. Wow. That was really good. That was fantastic. Good hold from Ereus, especially as they did lose point really early. So there's still a really big time bank in favor of Dreamlight. They have 3 minutes, coming down on it a little bit now. On the objective, and they're actually going to be backing up. Ereus coming over to not first, but second corner here on defense as they're waiting on Lars to come back from the spawn room. I'm looking once again at D-Cruz for this high noon. Oh wait, wrong high noon. 2 high noons. Oh Christ. Oh, what a TP. But it never mattered. Here comes a sound barrier though from Rod, and it just goes massive. It goes completely on their own fight there against ICAV, and just pops off on this Lucio. What a Lucio. What a Lucio! Basically got 4 Ps by themselves with some assistance. There was a sound barrier that got on that they used to really isolate and eliminate ICAV, and then they kind of just helped out the rest of the team in that fight. And there's now a 2.5 minute time bank here as we now see exactly what our Ereus going to do here. They're coming up on this rally, which did have a lot of value in this first fight, but there is just, I mean, the terror surge from Central immediately gets popped open. 2 supports down for either team, and now there's a Dragon Blade, but gets shut down. Pingu can miss the rally anyway. Looking a little bit worse for wear here. It is just them, but can we find the symmetry? We do. So now it's just the rallied Brigida against this Orisa, which still has gold form. Trying to stay near the cart, and I mean, doing their absolute best to stay alive, but this shield doesn't really have all that much health, as the rest of this objective does go by the way of Dreamlight. They have regained another 1.5 minutes on the clock here, giving them another 3-minute time bank, and the Deadeye is online. ICAD decides, okay, you know what? It's not working. I'm going to go over to the Freya. Cass is a very good matchup into Orisa. Absolutely. Completely agree with you. I mean, her head hitbox is super big, so critical headshots very solid. Just avoid her gold and bait it out, and it's even better. Oh, what a TP! What a Deadeye! I love this. I love Dreamlight's Academy's utilization of the Symmetra. Using the teleports for these Deadeyes. It's just so good every single time. Now, as we're coming back from these spawn rooms, Ereus has a couple ultimates online. They're going to have this Parasurge. They're also going to have the Amplification Matrix and coming along that Bolo shot. But when we're going to see Calypso and Tomix both utilize their own ultimates on this attack phase. There goes Jesper, but we're committing with this Terror Surge, and it's going to be massive. All 400 or 500 damage, but nothing gets done as we're still seeing all this pressure be put onto, not even just by the DPS, but by specifically the Baptiste. And just like that, Dreamlight take it all the way to 3rd point with 2 minutes on the clock. Here. Wow, very nicely done. back to the Cassidy thing. Yeah, I mentioned it all the way on first, but I know I'm on delay, so forgive me. But Cassidy, just a strong DPS right now. In general, I think he's just so strong. You know, I kind of always thought Cassidy was relatively okay and strong for a good majority of like Overwatch 2 in general, especially when he had a honing missile for a good minute there. But I think right now, especially with other, I don't know, explain it, but like other like changes that have been made, I feel like Cass has slowly gotten better and better, and not even just by any like big crazy buffs or anything like that. He just slowly got a little better, slowly fit more into the speed and tempo and power of the meta that's being developed right now. Now, does it also help that the damage passive did get buffed to 30% healing reduction? Yes, that is an absolute incredible buff that is really benefiting people like Cassia, for example, like Tracer, for example. But then you also have Risa coming back. Risa's coming back as a tank in the forefront of the meta. Once again, it always comes back down to a reset meta, right? And Cassidy being one of the few heroes that can consistently really put a lot of damage onto her. I feel like Sim also does a pretty good job because she kind of just negates the spin and everything. The only thing you really gotta worry about is her javelin spin. But otherwise, I think this comp from Dreamlight really does put a really big hindrance onto Ereus. Now, as I say that, we're finding on this statue, this Symmetra is fully charged. This lamp has been extended, and we're backing right back over to this. We're just backing up immediately. Ereus is struggling to get around the statue area, but there's a little bit of a flank happening with Jesper back on the Venture, which I do agree with. As we go back onto the objective, now Lar is getting super low, but the fight still goes on in under his name. Oh, what a push! Pushing them out of the lamp, but still unable to find any sort of double kill on that backline. Rod, I have to say, Rod has been an absolute menace. Oh, you're sorry. Rod has been an absolute menace on this Tracer. I'm sorry, Tracer. Vime. On this Lucio. I cannot lie. Oh, Cruz. What are we cooking here? I'm going for the flank. We have one tick in favor of Ereus. Dreamlight is really looking at this Cassie to go for a flank, but then you're getting jumped. Oh, you're getting jumped. Oh, you're getting jumped. He got jumped. Oh, got absolutely jumped by the backline and ICAV on this Soldier. Now they're reapproaching with this Amplification Matrix, and Lars getting even ever closer to a Terror Surge. A little bit higher in percentage than Central will be, so I have to get a second tick on the board here. There has to be a little bit of recontest, but actually not. They're actually going to fold here and give the point away and start to hold this archway. Tomix, again, a victim of this Orisa, gets speared and gets looked at by Cab the entire time. And once more, it's just Central by themselves trying their best to contest, but otherwise, as Ereus pushes up, this cart is gonna move really easily, at least through this first initial choke, and they're gonna have, or Dreamlight's gonna have to really find their way to defend again, being so pushed up. Okay, they're backing a bit here. I think this cart looking really good. Already almost halfway through King's Row, coming up on that second corner. Now they're really engaging this fight, but here's a high noon from the Ever Magic D-Cruise. Teleport will not be used here, but Ereus gonna be seeing the rally and the Terror Surge. Kind of want to see how the rally goes, but instead we're gonna be actually looking at the Tectonic Shock from Jesper, which should be putting an end to the side of Dreamlight Academy, as this allows Ereus to continue this push very easily, even without Pingu. Pingu was the only sacrifice on that team as they captured the point for themselves. And, I mean, Large is in there. Large is all the way in third point. Does get called out by Tomix, unfortunately so. But then we also see Cap getting a one-off kill onto Tomix. Doesn't even have to use the overclock here, which is online, but definitely going to be trying to slide. Oh, we're sliding in. We're getting active. Oh, wow. No worries. A little recontest. Everyone's regrouping. Dreamlight's going to be pushing up again. We gotta do all that work all over again. Thankfully, they have 3 minutes to do so. So, again, it's not really impossible, but it's really gonna be all to ICAV to get as much value out of this overclock as possible. Decrease 80% to another Deadeye, which, as we have seen, has done so much. But there's a double window happening in this little alleyway, and the wall from Calypso, even better. Pingu trying to retreat to safety as Calypso gets looked at by Lars, but Lars can't do anything past that shield, and that is going to be the end of this attack phase again from Ereus. 2:45 on the clock here, a little bit less than that, and we are still seeing a wonderful hold from Dreamlight. And now they're setting up these Symmetra turrets on this on bridge. Saying bridge, I mean arches. Oh, trying to be sneaky, but now here comes Central going straight in, trying to get comes a cab, but now they've effectively separated the tank from their backline. But here comes the overclock, making all this phase happen and more, even better. Getting rid of Tomix, kind of peeking his head out in the most unfortunate way ever, or peeking their head out in the most unfortunate situation ever. But here comes iCap once again, really popping off on the overclock, getting all this pressure off, and then accompanied by Pingu and Texel as always. This backline, I must say, from Ereus, a force to be reckoned with. 1000%. The pressure that is constantly being put on Sim, either by D-Cruz, by Central, it just does not matter. Pingu and Texel just are in that sync. They're so synced up. Oh, High Noon coming in from D-Cruz, but gets stalled out and then shut down by Jesper. Lars commits with the Terror Surge, and it might be enough to continue this attack and also get a big time bank of 3 minutes on the clock here. However, compared to the 2 minutes and 12 seconds that Dreamlight was able to conjure on their attack phase, it's not impossible, but they're gonna have, ideally, if it's not perfect, they're gonna have a lesser time bank than Dreamlight did. Comes to teleport onto the high ground and gets completely pushed off. Beautiful, good pressure being put onto this front line as Ereus does their best to continue to have these high grounds be negated. Oh, it actually allows an opening for this high ground to be used by Ereus themselves. It's going to be a teleport, which is completely deleted by this Invocation Matrix and damage output from it. Comes a reversal, though. Lars going a little bit worse for rear, but Jesper has it to the shock. But that's going to be a 2-1 deficit for Ereus, and they don't really want to take that fight. So that is going to be a quick reset on the side of Ereus, as we do see another big setup coming in from Dreamlight. A little bit of a breath of fresh air, a chance to redo and reset up their defense. All they have to do is shave down this time bank. If they can even get to overtime, even if we get 3 points, that's even better. Symmetra Photon Barrier online here. I love it being used right on these two corners, but we are seeing the Titanic Shock instead. Sound Barrier needs to be expended here from Rod, and very nicely done. Good timing as well, and this is going to be another big push from the side of Dreamlight as they have committed the Photon Barrier, kind of keeping Jesper by themselves, forced to retreat back to the team here and get healed up. And that is another wonderful, once again, another clean team fight in favor of Dreamlight as they continue to keep this defense up alive longer and longer. They're going to go for a teleport over to the back line and putting the pressure onto, unfortunately, iCow, who still gets the last laugh at the end of the day, committing the Amplification Matrix. Is going to be Texel, but is it a little bit too late? It is just Lars in the objective, but my goodness, that Terror Surge cannot do enough, as we are seeing Texel take this 1v1 against Cruz and shave down this time bank even longer. I feel like the contest from Lars and Texel just wasn't worth it once they already lost Cav and Jesper, who, mind you, Jesper now has gone over to the Genji. I think it's just looking towards more of that pressure on that backline, but wants to be a little bit faster with it. Venture, pretty high damage character, but isn't exactly the fastest character on the roster to ever exist, right? But Deflect already expended. We have the Symmetra, it's going to be putting a lot of pressure onto Jesper's swag. We're also seeing Lars come through with that Terror Surge, and it does not find anything but just the lamp. But the extra benefit of that momentum now shifting slowly in favor of the side of Ereus, especially as D-Cruz has committed this Deadeye, and it almost doesn't matter. Beautifully done from Ereus, but it's not over. They have 15 seconds left on the clock here, and there is, in fact, going to be one more touch from Dreamlight. Oh, there should be. Okay, Central Pan fights their way back to the objective, but there's no cooldowns. But we go over to the Ana. The healing output from the offensive nade does not help at all. Mind you, there's 3 in that kill feed. Is going by the way of Ereus so far, and Tomix, those grandma legs cannot get to that point fast enough. But we have ticked down to overtime, and these guys are not gonna have more time in that bank. All they can do, all they can hope for is a draw and take us to another map. Whew. 3 points, 2 minutes on the clock here for Dreamlight. Ereus, again, has nothing. They all they can hope for is to have a nice, smooth, clean defense here. Defend that first tick, and that is all they need to take this, to take it to a draw, basically. They need to draw here. If they don't, you know, Dreamlight will be evening up the scoreboard 1-1. And at least if they don't allow the draw to happen, we're not going to go to map 6, ideally, right? So, because this is first to 3, and if they go all 5 maps, including that draw, we'll go over to a map 6. But otherwise, this is all pressure. All pressure on Ereus, no doubt about it. And this time bank is massive. 2 minutes is an absolute... That's at least 3 fights you can get away with. If you take about 30 to 45 seconds per fight, this... It might go super fast because we are seeing Rod go over to the Juno instead of the Lucio. They want to build that orbital array really up quick. They want to build up that orbital array quickly. They want to enable D-Cruise to kind of just click heads and get value. Me when I lie. Looks like we're going back over to the Lucio instead. And again, it's going to be all about speed, all about how fast can these guys break through this first initial phase and go around statue. Looks like we're actually going, skipping neutral real fast. Going to see the teleport come out. All the space we're making already. They pushed Ereus back so far, but we also have Jesper on that high ground, putting a little bit of pressure on that up area. But now everyone's on this high ground, now they're flipping map, and they completely call out Texel. Oh my goodness, this is massive. But now they're on the other side of the arches, and they gotta break in as if they were the ones defending. Going for the map flip, going for another teleportation, and we are going to be looking at Central Pan here. I want to see exactly what we're going to be doing here as we see another rotation coming through from the hotel from the side of Ereus, and it is all for nothing as Pingu gets forced out, called out by Central, and this is going to be pretty much the opening breaker that Dreamlight needed. It took a little bit of setting up, took a little bit of time to go through with it, but the double teleport we saw from the high ground back over to the objective was massive. Now we are seeing the terror surge from Lars, but I mean the pressure is just too much from Calypso, from the rest of the company here, as we are seeing them get off the objective. We're seeing a little bit of a contest coming in from Jesper on the Venture, but that's all that she wrote. This is just gonna be another cap for Dreamlight with that insane time bank, and we're evening up the scoreboard 1-1. Oh my goodness. It was just too good. It was just too good. Oh, I pressed F1 instead of 1. Haha, I'm hilarious. Wow. I mean, they just cleared attack so quick. Having a 2-minute time bank on third, and then you stall long enough to make sure that they do not get any time at all. Even if they had like 30 seconds, I think it will give you an extra minute. You know, you'll get a minute and a half for that phase. But once you get to overtime, you have no time, and they have over a minute on their own time bank from their attack side. You just get nothing. You get the short end of the stick. You don't get anything. You have basically a hope, a prayer, and a draw to rely on, and that is just it's a lot. You know, to hold for 2 minutes to negate the symmetric composition. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a sim ban. As we do see Ereus now go over, they have already chosen their map. It's going to be Circuit Royale. And they're also going to be going for the Vermatra ban here, which is fair. As we go to Circuit, Symmetra shouldn't really have that much of value. You know, the Brawl works wonderfully for Dreamlight if we're running that Symmetra over and over and over again. And it's just really shutting down people or characters like Genji, for example, or Venture, who are being called out by these turrets over and over and over again. So as we go over Circuit Royale, we are seeing Ereus go over and do a Vermatra ban here. So I'm just going to very quickly change this. Actually, I should wait because they might actually swap sides. So I didn't get to see quickly enough who was attacking first, but I wouldn't be surprised if Ereus wants to defend. I would on Circuit Royale. I think it's easier to defend on Circuit than attack. So I'm going to really quickly run with that prayer. I didn't get to see the Team 2 ban, but we'll see Dreamlight's ban. I would almost just go for like a Freya ban. I'll almost go for a Freya ban. I'll put ICAV or ICAL in like a uncomfortable situation, or even ban a sniper of some sort of Freya, Widow, even Soja. I would almost put Soja in there as well. Not sure. Circuit's gone through some really funny changes in terms of meta. It used to be like really predominantly Sigma, right? With Sigma for a really long time, and it was like Sigma evolved from Sigma Widow Hanzo into like Sigma Ashe, and then like some differences, right? And in the long term, looks like Team 2, we are seeing a Venture ban. From Dreamlight. They swapped on me. I knew it. Damn it. They did swap on me. This is so sad. And do a quick little swap here. They love to mess with me. Easy peasy. Gonna be seeing a little bit of a swap. We have Horus coming in for Pingu, I believe. Oh wait, me when I'm tripping? Sorry, wrong team. We have Horus coming in. We have Sleek also coming in on the opposing side from, I believe, Dreamlight here. Yeah, I did put Dreamlight, right? No, it's Ereus. I don't have my overlay. Please, not too much on me. I have the overlay on my other monitor, but I can't, like, look all the time. So I'm definitely still getting that. Reset map. It's bugged. Uh-oh. Map is bugged. Where's the bug? The Omnic and Spawn is bugged. Let me in.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Stop the payload.
I was like, what are they talking about? They mean the... I know that what they're talking about. They're hilarious. Alright, Lars is back on this... I say adventure. Yo, I'm tripping. We're back on this Zarya as it has been unbanned again, thankfully. Been Central Pan on the Orisa, as we know. This matchup, both of these things kind of ignore each other. You know, Zarya does put a good amount of pressure onto Orisa just with her charge, but when it comes to grab, when it comes to any of these other defenses from these guys, Terror Surge, we bubble, we walk out of it. We grab, we fortify, we walk out of it, right? And that's kind of where the matchup becomes very stagnant. But then Central Pan really goes deep onto the objective while everyone else from Dreamlight was backing up. I'm not sure that was just a miscommunication from some sort, or just like a we need touch, we need touch, we need touch. But that is going to be the first objective. It's going to be contested, but we're going to be losing out on Central for a good minute. Actually, I'm not even sure we're going to be contesting. Oh, we are. 3 minutes on the clock here. Or 3 meters, excuse me. Committing with the Amplification Matrix. We back up with the Lamb. We back up with the Hyper Ring as well from Pingu. Sleek on the Freya, really close to another Bolo shot, but here comes Z-Cruz on their own Freya. Ray has a Bolo shot. And we're going to be using it right here. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, what a Bolo shot. If we can get one more pick onto Sleek or ICAV, that's even better. But Lars by themselves means that the defense will be going by the way of Dreamlight, and this fight goes by the way of Dreamlight after a really interesting first fight, which resulted in Central Pan being called out really early in the backline. Otherwise, good save with the Bolo shot from D-Cruz, and once again, this should ideally be an easier time to hold. I want them to hold a little bit closer because they haven't gotten that fort spawn yet, so we can absolutely... I'm sorry if you can hear the sirens outside my window. Excuse me. I live in the city. D-Cruz getting super low here. We are seeing the Terror Surge. And it does find Sleek and ICAV, no worse for wear. Oh, we're teleporting in. We're getting active onto Pingu. Oh my goodness. What confidence. What confidence from Dreamlight to walk in like that with Terror Surge, keep up Central at the same Lapan at the same time. They are a force to be reckoned with the Symmetra teleports. I mean, they are a well-oiled machine. Oh, and then the amplification mixture on the corner here is just going to be enough to force and enact all the space to be expended. Oh, ICAV in the back line, though, finds D-Cruz, gets shut down by Tomix, however. And we can get Texo as well, even better, but there is someone missing out. And Tomix, the aim buddy, I'm looking at you. You play his scan? You play his scan? Every Flexa player, every Flexa player can play DPS. That's a real T of it all. I'm looking toward, okay, I want to look towards Pingu. I think this Orbit Array might be the ticket to pushing through this defense, as we have now shaved down the 3-minute time bank over to just under a minute, or 4-minute time bank to under a minute. Oh, yeah, like I said, here comes the Orbit Array. Also, here comes the, not Tectonic Shock. What am I talking about? We have the Bola Shot also being expended from D-Cruz, and that is just another insanely expensive fight. Done. No way we committed that. Well, I think he's gonna swap. I think Sleek is gonna swap here. After using the Bola Shot. Yeah, okay, good. Oh, okay. I was about to say, no, not like this. This Bola Shot was crazy. Lars goes over to the Orisa, mirrors the horse here. ICAV at least has a overclock alongside Texel, which does have the amplification matrix, and here it is. It's F7, sorry. ICAV going with the overclock, making a lot of space happen. No one peeking, not even daring to peek the Sojourn as we go take down this overtime timer. And here comes also the amplification matrix. I mean, this is gonna be wonderful, at least for ICAV, but no one's looking except for Tomex, whose lamp does get deleted and expended. D-Cruz also no worse for wear. Horror is looking worse as a Symmetra, and now finally we break in with just the cleanliness of that overclock and the amplification matrix from Texel. Nicely done from that roster. Oh, we're waiting 10 years to go for the spray. That was funny. That was just good. Very nicely done, and look how close they're holding. I mean, you're letting your Tracer Sleek on the Tracer, stay on this objective, but now they're going in fast. Central Japan stuck with the disruptive shot from ICAV. D-Cruz is going up in the air, does have the bullet shot, but doesn't even need to expend it quite yet as they find a really nice opening pick onto ICAV, and they're pushing in beautifully. Mind you, this Tracer on the back line, though, Sleek gets rid of Cruz, and then gets shut down by Ra, who now has gone, who is staying on this Lucio and has been a complete menace to deal with. And they're just going for rotations on the high ground, on the low ground, on everybody. And Pingu has to get out of there and regroup with the rest of the team. What a fight. And they're still pushing up, mind you. Central Japan has confidence, has a Terror Surge, so I think they're like, yeah, we could definitely at least move up here at this corner until ideally Lars comes back from the spawn room. And I wouldn't be surprised if, again, we commit with this Terror Surge. We're walking right back in. Going right back in there, ladies and gentlemen. Here comes the amplification matrix from Tomex. Shuts down Lars at the same time. Pulse bomb expended, but doesn't really find any target as everyone still goes down for the count. Sleek tries to be sleek in that backline, but again, this backline, like I said, both these backlines are very sustainable, very, very aggressive, very defensive as well. They do not care if you're going to flank on them. They're going to find the kill every single time. Sleek going for a little bit of a rotation. You can see underneath the staircase and goes right towards Tomex. Can they find the kill? Can they find the pressure? I mean, the pressure is definitely being put onto them as Horus commits with the foot on barrier. Here comes the bullet shot as well. Here comes the tunnel shot from both Eurisas. Kind of playing a game of chicken. Who's gonna release first? And it was gonna be Lars as Central and the rest of the team of Dreamlight really put in the pressure, finding a way to reconvene. But I mean, ICAV must be looked at on this backline, but it's just ICAV and company and 3 people. It was never gonna go by the way of Dreamlight. Excuse me, of Ereus. I'm looking at Sleek. Sleek's gonna be the one to touch here. Has 2 blinks. Does go for a touch. Looks at Horus. Has to force a recall really early because, again, Rod is just a menace on this Lucio over and over and over again. But we get rid of Rod. It's a good opening, at least for Ereus. And, I mean, screw the opening from Sleek. I mean, it's going to be Lars and ICAV still fighting that front line under their belt and pushing this objective all the way down to second point. They have overtime already activated. Pulse Bomb is ready for Sleek. Just waiting for the perfect opportunity to expend it on an unsuspecting target. Looking like we're going to be going for a teleport from Horus. And we are going to be seeing the pulse be expended onto the ground here. D-Cruz, unfortunately, falls right into it. Lars, a lot of pressure being put onto him from this amplification matrix, and also kind of split away from the rest of the team. Oh, we are in the back. Horus is in the back line. Back in the front line, Lars getting all the pressure put onto them. Turrets being expended here, but ICAV still a pressure of force to be reckoned with as we go to side to the back to get rid of Tomex, and we get over to second point with a minute and a half to spare. Oh my goodness. What a play. Genuinely, what a play. I mean, they're set up for this high ground now. Overclock on, also almost online. We're also seeing a rotation from the pool over to the coastline and now over to the opposing high ground here. However, Overclock is ready, and I think we also used the land relatively early from Tomex. So as we walk in, here comes the Overclock, here comes the Terror Surge as well, and the Terror Surge gets 3 people alongside the rest of the team, just kind of falling right on over under Ares' belt. A quick clean kill, but we have also expended a minute on the time bank. Only 40 seconds to go to cap it all the way to third objective, and all we're gonna have are these support ults on this attack phase. Defensively, we're gonna have the sound barrier is what I would say. There goes Rod. Rod is no longer in the fight. No sound barrier to be expended here. We're also seeing the Terror Surge coming in from Central, but it's going to be enough as you see the Unification Matrix also expended from Texel. Pressure being put onto his front line, incredibly so, and really good photon wall from Horus does give a little bit of breathing room for Central, but then Pingu comes in with the Orbital Ray, does get speared, but doesn't get speared out of the ultimate quite yet. Rod was able to come back with the sound barrier, but Pingu gets completely called out. Decruz having expended the Bola shot, trying to shut down Sleek as well on this Tracer, but it's not going to be enough as Decruz needs to go back to the spawn room and regain that health pool without any supports. Rod now another target of Sleek, but Decruz comes back with a vengeance and comes through with that assist. 49% on that Bola shot, another 53 in fact, and this is going to be the end of the run from Ereus as they get halted right before third objective. As we see a contest. Wait a minute. Pingu tries to come back, and officially, Dreamlight stopped Ereus' attack right at that 2-point marker. All they have to do, more simply said than done, but all they have to do is go third point, and they take a lead, a leg up in the series. Wow. What a match. They're so even. I don't want to move anything. They're so even right now. It's kind of insane how even they are. Like, I am just... 2 seconds. There we go. I was checking something, but this match is insane. 1000%. And Horus, you're gonna be so for real for 2 seconds. So looks like Ereus are opting to go for the same composition here. Just fair. It worked out pretty well, so why not keep it? Gonna be seeing the Orisa, gonna be seeing the Juno and the Baptiste. Side note, I love that Bap is back. You know, we haven't really seen, well, to be fair, Kiriko was banned earlier, but we haven't seen too much of the Kiriko Lucio, which has been, or even like Juno Brig, both of which have been very, very strong as of late, but Bap is back, everybody. I'm so happy Bap is back. I freaking love Bap. I used to hate him because I used to always scream him all the time, but Bap is back, ladies and gentlemen. I am so happy to see it. Sleek now going over to their very own Freya. Now the dual battle here to look for is definitely against Decruz and Sleek. They are the openers. They are usually the ones getting these opening picks, ideally on the backline or on a separate DPS. But with this symmetrical teleport method on defense, I feel like it's going to be a little more difficult for Ereus to defend effectively. They have to make sure they don't repeat what happened on King's Row, where they were just teleporting to and fro, willy-nilly. Sleek and Decruz relatively even on O charge for that Bolo shot, but Decruz slightly above as they actually are on the high ground and trying to look at Cav here. Doesn't really find too much though. Oh, good pressure. Does get healed up by the supports, however, so no one's health bar has really gone super far down. No one's really been in a state of panic or in a state of emergency as their health pool. No one's dying, basically. No one's dying. Oh, here comes a Bolo shot from Sleek. Doesn't really find much, but now another reversal. Bolo shot is online for Decruz. I'm looking towards it as they go up into the air. Looking at this Freya 1v1. Sleek does not make it though, and Decruz can now open up this fight with that pick alongside Horus, getting that opposing pick onto ICAF at the same time. So now it's just as the supports and their tank trying their best to stay alive, contest, and waste time in the objective as much as they possibly can before they inevitably going to take it over to the second point. And they're pushing up, ladies and gentlemen. They do not care. They're pushing up. They're making sure that they cannot get this recapture easily. Even with Sleek going over to the Tracer. But it doesn't really matter because ICAF goes crazy with the Sojourn. Still finds a really good pick onto Decruz. And this is, despite the pick, despite the opening elimination, that's going to be the objective going by the way of Dreamlight and getting a first point and also a 4-minute time bank, a 4.5-minute time bank in the clock. I see the window. I see the reversal window. We see Sleek also in the back line putting pressure onto the back, putting pressure onto Tomix and Rod respectively. Oh, what a sound barrier from Rod. Should be enough as they are going. I mean, Rod just goes in. I love it. Rod just goes in, gets active, gets aggressive, but unfortunately, it's just not gonna be enough as ICAP pops off once more with this overclock and still finds not one but 2 picks at the end of the day as they were trying to run their way around this corner back to the spawn room. Ereus gets a little bit of a breather. They get a little bit of time to reposition themselves, find out where they want to go. Good headshots. Oh my god, dude, Texel's aim is so good. Are you kidding me? Oh wait, what a rotation. Whoa, 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 whoa. Making things up, making things up. Wait, we're making things. And we get a last minute kill. The spike going down so early. Oh, that's massive. Oh, but Central Pan gets too active in there. Rod ideally needs to get out, but still finds. Yo, Rod still just found their one. They did not care. Is my friend okay? I'm just gonna hide chat because my friend, I guess he's like going offline, online, offline, offline. I'm not sure what's going on with Naku there, but shout out to Naku. What a good person. They're cool people. Oh my god, I feel like Texel's a little bit like looking around for a sleek, and it feels like you're looking for. It looks so funny. I've been there, buddy. But here comes a teleport from Horus, trying to disrupt this Invasion Matrix. Might actually work, but Texel stays alive long enough for Sleek to get some sort of value by getting rid of Tomex. Niku's also getting looked at by Sleek here. Does find some sort of solace in that back area of that high ground behind the sign. But still, it doesn't really matter. Pingu goes back in, sweeps in for the kill, and I mean, leaving Central Pan all by themselves. What a lance! What a spear! Oh my goodness! Sleek, what are we doing? Whoa, whoa, whoa! Okay, it still comes out. Bullet shot expended, gets speared, but it still comes out. But gets into Lars, who was already in gold form, so didn't do as much damage as we were looking for. As we are seeing the Terra get expended here, and doesn't really find the kills we were unfortunately looking for. And this is going to be a really good opening for Dreamlight to continue pushing this objective, single out these eliminations by just kind of slinging them out, simple enough, and finishing off with the Terra Surge. Yep. She's that Shrimpo. Whoa, we're committing with the Sun barrier. Whoa, hold on, Rod. Don't get too active as we see a ball come back from Lars. Just a contest, but unfortunately just can't stay alive any longer. Pingu doesn't even have a chance to put their toes on the objective for it inevitably caps at 3 minutes. So my nose ring is like itching me. I'm trying not to like scratch it too much. If you got piercings, you understand. Okay, gonna be seeing the Kira Lucio from Dreamlight here. They rotate over to the high ground, actually meeting them near the pool area, but need to be really careful because, of course, these boosts from Lucio well, actually, me and my lie, from Rod actually would be really good, but just gonna have the chance to. They drop down to the objective. We see the overclock from ICAV. In response, here comes this one-time barrier to kind of negate that overclock as much as possible, but otherwise, that's gonna be it. No more overclock online. Lara's taking the brunt of this damage, and now the photon barrier has been expended and depleted. And now we're seeing Pingu commit with his orbital ray, looking over at this Kiriko, and of course D-Cruz, who does use the bullet shot, but gets shut down almost immediately. Can't find it on a post-ominous pick at all, and Ereus keeps his point up alive even longer. Supports in this little room, unfortunately, just do not get the picks also needed, so defense stays alive for Ereus a little bit longer. They're doing a fantastic job, I can't lie. They're doing a fantastic job here. Tom is coming up on the Kitsune Rush. We also have Central Pan coming up on that Terra Search as well. Gonna be mirroring Lars relatively quickly. What an eat! Oh, what an eat from Central. And now we are seeing the land be used here. Gotta get break it for his before the Surge depletes, and we do. Still finding one onto Texel, and I mean everyone just kind of evaporates, and Pingu is out of there before anything, but not for very long before D-Cruz teleports in and gets the elimination alongside Horus. I mean, they're gonna get here with about less than a minute before the next contest. Sleek recall used early here. Also seeing D-Cruz use a bolus shot, finds Texel anyway. ICAV, no worse for wear. Can't even get back to the spawn room in time. And it's just the D-Cruz show as he's just getting all his eliminations, all of the pressure being put onto Ereus is being basically single-handedly done by D-Cruz. And Dreamlight take it. I forgot we didn't cap third. I forgot. Oh my god, they take it. They go 2-1 so far. Incredible. Incredibly done. I genuinely, it was so crazy that genuinely forgot that these guys were, they were stopped at second point. They couldn't get to all three. I forgot. I can't believe that. Wow. What a game. Who's adding me? Leave me alone. I love EMEA. I can't even lie. I know NA a lot. You know, as an NA caster, I know NA. I've seen NA forever, but I just mm-mm-mm-mm. Just seeing different regions, getting to commentate with different players all the time. It's really really cool, and getting to just kind of like dip myself is so fun. Oh my god, FACEIT followed me. FACEIT, you're so cute. They have to do all that. It's 2 seconds. Okay. Got a little update on everything. Speaking of, let me look at FACEIT real fast so I can make sure I'm not missing out on. I missed the whole phase. I don't even know what map we're going to, guys. It's okay. Finalizing lineup again. I can't lie, which is really well done. I can't even like get mad. They just did a good job. The pressure, Ereus' pressure is really good, but Dreamlight, I don't know what it is. When they get the ball rolling, the ball is rolling, and when Ereus is getting rolled on, they can't find a way to stop it fast enough. They have the trending moments. There's some opportunities they take where like, okay, we got a pick, we can kind of roll with like an ult or two, and then we can kind of reset. But once they set up and then they're like playing, Dreamlight, I don't know. I don't know what it is, but they just get the momentum back so quickly, and they roll right on through these maps. Especially if it's like a momentum based map, like I was about to say Convoy. Don't look at me. Like Escort, for example, or like Hybrid. They are so good at these payload type maps. So I'm hoping I didn't get to see, unfortunately, but we'll see in a second. I hope Ereus goes over to Flashpoint. I think Ereus as a team do a lot better, at least against Dreamlight. I think they do a lot better on stationary points, control, Flashpoint, for example. And I genuinely think that if we go to Flashpoint, even push, I think push might also work for Ereus, just because it's not like I think a push is a little bit different. I think that it's a mode that I think Ereus would do really well on, but I need to see to believe it. But otherwise, our last two maps that we have are Flashpoint and Push, right? We already did Control, of course. We already did Hybrid. We already did put Why am I blanking on not Push, Escort? Oh my gosh, I'm blanking today. Please, I didn't finish my coffee yet. Not too much on me, okay? But point is, they need to go to Flash. I think they need to go Flashpoint. 30 more seconds until lamps are finalized. That's a-okay. I gotta see us cook. And of course, I'll update. Not scoreboard. Wait, wrong thing. I'll update the hero bands in just a second when I get them again. I trolled. I can't believe I just completely forgot to look at FACEIT to see the bands and stuff. Okay, there we go. Going over to Push. Going over Colosseo. I believe. Yes. If the ban is coming from Ereus, I think. I think Ares banned Symmetra, and then Dreamlight banned Lucio. I think. I think. That seems right, right? Yeah, okay. I think that's right. Um, FACEIT, like, if you don't catch the ban phase while it's happening, you won't really know who banned who, because when you see the the bans in order. They always do it in like tank DPS support order, not quite like team 1 ban, team 2 ban order. So you'll see like, for example, hero bans from game 1 were Reinhardt then Sojourn, so tank DPS. And then game 2 it was Zarya, Kiriko, tank support. They do it in that order. So you'll never see like Kiriko Reinhardt. It will never be support tank. It'll always be tank DPS or tank support or DPS support or tank DPS, you know? So for this, I actually don't know who banned Symmetra, but I can infer that I'm pretty sure Ereus banned Symmetra because they don't want Horus to play, but Horus actually isn't in the lobby. What is Horus? Goat, where are you? Yeah, probably just waiting on one. Probably missed the invite. It happens, whatever. I also wouldn't be surprised if we see... Let me see something. I wouldn't be surprised if we also saw a substitute come in. Because Horus has really been the one really, really walking with that Symmetra. You know, really doing a lot of the work with that Symmetra. If they want someone else to come in, I get it. Oh. Anyway. I still kind of wish we went to Flashpoint. Flashpoint might be map 5. If Ereus wins this, we will definitely be going to map 5. 1000%. Thankfully, we avoid the draw, so we don't have to go to map 6 on King's Row. But so, as we go into this map 4, as we go over to Colosseo, what are my expectations? Well, I kind of want Lars to go back to Zarya. From Ereus, I think I want Zar, Freya, Tracer, and then like... No, I want Venture. I think I want Jesper back on Venture. I think I want Lars on Zarya and Orisa. Pingu can definitely go on. We can definitely have like a bad Brig here. And then ICAV can play Freya, can play Soj, whomever they want. For Dreamlight, I think with Rod staying in, there's a Lucio ban, right? Now hold on. I might have bans incorrect here. Whoa. Chat, do you think I had bans swapped out? I might have bans swapped. I should have asked. I'm too nervous to ask now. What if I die? What if they kill me? I don't want to ask. I think I had bans swapped. But point is, there's a Sim and a Lucio ban. Maybe from these players, maybe not. I'm actually not sure. But otherwise, like I said, I want to see Venture, Zarya from Ereus, and I think from Dreamlight, I want to see... I don't know. I want to see Rod and Tommy definitely on Bap Lucio. I think that backline, they are doing fantastic with both those characters. Especially Rod. Rod gets active on Lucio, goes for Soundbarrier, and just goes in. But there is no Lucio here, so I think Rod might have to go with like a Juno. Yeah, going for the Juno. Lars back on the Zarya. Pingu on Brig, yes. So Brig Juno on one side, Kiri Juno on the other side. Central Pan going over to the Orisa as well. Lilin on the Hanzo so far, which, mind you, also swapping in... Let me playing this map here. Actually goes up to a Tracer. So this is what I kind of want. I want a Tracer on one of these teams. Jesper on the Venture is exactly what I wanted from them as well. Texel goes over to the Juno to, you know, help assist. I really did want Texel and Pingu on, like, Bap Brig, but I don't mind the Brig Juno as well. They are very, very strong. But as we go into the central area, it looks like first point should be going by the wayside of the coastline. And now here comes the approach from Jesper. Gets bubbled out. I mean, this is the power of the Venture Zarya. Venture goes in, gets bubbled. It's kind of like Reaper Zarya. Reaper goes in, gets bubbled, gets out, puts a lot of pressure onto the backline, forces Suzu to be used almost immediately. Decruise on this Cassidy should be putting a little bit, should be kind of keeping Jesper in, at least in check. But otherwise, this first fight is still ongoing, and we are seeing a big push in from Central. And mind you, Lars is super low on the Zarya. I think Texel and Pingu kind of being pressured out by the DPS line from Ereus. So they can't really, like... from Dreamlight. So they can't really help out Lars during that fight. So this gives Dreamlight a little bit of a 7mm 7-meter advantage here, but the fight is still ongoing. No one's exactly died yet, so no one has a clear like advantage state. But D-Cruz goes in with the Deadeye and then gets shut down. And then Thomas, yo, I need to stop going over here. I'm looking at people that are just dying. I just kept looking at people that were dying. I knew D-Cruz had Deadeye, so I went to go spectate D-Cruz to see that Deadeye was going to do it was going to get like crazy value. And I think I kind of shut him down. And Tom X was coming up on Rush, so I thought they're going to get Rush in time. They did not. Oh no, poor D-Cruz. Oh, that's massive for Ereus. They traded off. So D-Cruz for Jesper. Not too much of a bad trade, especially if it's DPS. But here comes a Terra Surge. And it's another. It's so fat. 2 kills there. That being on Rod and Central is just Tomex and Lilin staying alive. Whoa. A little fly in my room. Tomex popping off on the Kiriko, though. Hold on. Pingu by themselves. Wait, hold on. Dreamlight comes back. And D-Cruz pops off. They retake. Nice job. Very nicely done. I mean, they're going to be fighting on here. This is where the band is to get that objective back in their favor. Here comes the Casino Rush from Tomex. Central Panic gets rid of Lars. Mind you, Venture on the objective. I think actually about to steal it as well. What a save and what a pick from Central once again. And I mean, Central is in there. Their super separated supports are going to be with each other. And Elena forced to use a recall relatively early, but still finds one onto Jesper. So despite everything, Dreamlight is really pushing in against Ereus, and Ereus is kind of struggling a little bit here. Lars separating themselves from the rest of the team, gets healed up by, thankfully, Texel and Pingu. This objective has now overtaken Ereus' lead here, and they're about to get this butt scratch. Oh, it's gonna be big. Watch. I'm betting you it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. They back up away from the orbital ray. Here comes the Titanic Shock against the Grav, and it finds 2. It doesn't even matter that you die during it. Pingu commits with a rally and finds these kills over and over and over again. Very nicely done from Ereus, finally taking it back. I believe they just got that checkpoint, so they are going to be having that forward spawn. So this next fight is going to happen relatively quickly around this middle, if not the very end of this first point under Coliseum. Or under the Coliseum, may I correct myself. Okay, D-Cruz has to redeem himself with this, redeem themselves with this Deadeye. Bubble used. Venture backing up away. Jesper just simply just couldn't push in. Just get pushed away from the tank here. Here comes Deadeye. Jesper is gonna be trying to get out of there. Just narrowly avoids the Skull of Death. But I mean, you're putting pressure onto Lars. And here comes Cav coming with another Deadeye. Both of which did not get any kills. But the pressure onto Central Japan is way too much. That's a massive big opening for Ereus as they continue this onslaught. And now they gotta make sure they get rid of Lillian before any of the supports go down. And Lars turns around and just breams down that Tracer. Oh, yeah. Now they're pushing up. Whoa, Lars, we're in there. We're out of there. Over to Ray. Ready for Texel. Lilin gonna be using the pulse at some point. Using the pulse isn't gonna get much, but here comes the Orbital Ray. We're pushing. Wait, where is this Orbital Ray? Question mark? Okay, I see it. It's actually on Texel. And suddenly this fight got so even, but suddenly there's no Lilin. Kitsu Rush expended by Tomex here. And they're kind of pushing everyone into the coast area. Everyone's super low. Cruz needs to stay alive to have any sort of leg up in this fight here. But slowly getting away from the objective from the barricade. Here is also the Terror Surge. Bubble expended, but now there's a whole 4-stack looking over at Central Pan, and no one dies quite yet because there goes Jesper. Going over to the back line, gets called out by D-Cruz. Central Pan still looking at this back line, but here comes Pingu with, of course, that rally. And will it be enough as to keep the team alive? It absolutely is. Texel coming in with a some clutch Juno plays, and Pingu survives the day with that rally. That was a wonderful fight for Ereus. It looks so hopeless for a second, them all being in that little area together against an Orisa, especially post Terror Surge, but then they bring it back with Pingu's aggressiveness of that rally. Every single time there's a rally, Pingu the fight is won. Cavs looks to make some space happen with this Deadeye. Walks really fast, does find Tomex, and now has to back away from this Orisa. Decrews might find a reversal. Ideally, find a reversal Deadeye here. I want to do it on the, I would say on the bridge, or at least on this, on the right side of the bridge, or in the main bridge area. Will it happen? I'm not sure. Oh, they're just gonna keep pushing. 93 meters. No, only now being contested by Central. Lars is pretty much full charge here. There's a pulse bomb. It gets rolled away though, and now here comes the orbital ray. Is it gonna be enough from Raw to keep the team alive even without D-Cruise? I mean, when you have that tectonic shock, it shouldn't. But then they get shut down by Lilin on this Tracer, and finally, we're gonna still see Ereus take this objective. We lose Pingu. We lose a lot of big bodies. We lose Pingu. We lose out on, I believe, on Jesper as well. But then we stagger out Central. That's going to be really good. They're going to continue to push us over 100 meters, and now they're looking at this beautiful long sight line that Decrews can use to make space. Oh, not Decrews, that Tyso can use with this orbital ray and clear out this area. We got to keep ICAV alive, though, because that Deadeye will be mirrored with Decruises. Oh, here comes one Deadeye. No Suzu, no spin, no gold. Both have one of which have drawn their Deadeyes. The other one's still in the pack pocket. Might not have to be used here, but Central Japan's gone. Needs to make space. Looking at by this venture, cannot find the kill, and Jesper goes crazy. Their bot gets to the last point. They all have to do is push it a couple more meters, and they continue to get these kills in favor of Ereus. They're gonna take this over to map 3, surely, but here comes a Doomfist swap from Central to stay alive. But I mean, the pressure is just too much from the rest of the team of Ereus, and they're gonna take this over to a map 5. Oh my goodness. They need it. Oh my gosh. 2-2 so far. Absolutely impeccable. Impeccable plays. Oh my goodness. Incredible plays. Incredible plays all around. These guys are going the distance. They're going over to game 5, which leaves us with just Flashpoint. And this, I'm about to sound like a man. This is what I was talking about. They're going to go Flashpoint. They had to go Flashpoint. Looks like we're actually, yeah, looks like. Wait. I forgot this is how it works. Control, escort, hybrid, / Flashpoint, and push. Do you mind pick? I think they've done technically all of the maps. So we're gonna go over to escort. Okay, so I'm sorry, I trolled. I thought it was 5 maps, but they actually merged hybrid and flashpoint. It's my bad. So they actually got to choose another escort map, and we're going to Washpoint Gibraltar. We're gonna be seeing that Winston on it. We're gonna be seeing dive. We're gonna be seeing Tracer on card. We're gonna be seeing a lot of really different things that we haven't really seen, unless they both force Orisa. Don't. We should be seeing dive here. We should be seeing dive. It should just be straight dive fundamentals being played on Gibraltar. Dreamlight is picking who's going to attack first. Wow. Game 5. Finishing things off on Gibraltarington. Oh my god. They're crazy. These guys are crazy. I keep doing that. I meant to hide the bands real fast. So we go over to Gibraltar. Looks like Dreamlight, I believe, is attacking first. Usually they pick attack first, so I think I need to swap them, but we'll see in a second. Otherwise, they're taking their time to figure out what do we want to ban here. What is one of the best options we can ban on Gibraltar that isn't just like Orisa or something, you know? And I would... You ban Ana? Just ban Ana Winston at that point. We ban Ana on Gibraltar? Okay. I've said this multiple times. I think people who ban Ana or Winston on Gibraltar do not like to have fun. It's Ana Winston. It's Gibraltar. We don't want to play Ana Winston. This is so sad. So, okay. Dreamlight is the one who did ban Ana. I know that for a fact. I didn't get to see the ban from Ereus, but otherwise, I'm pretty sure it's probably going to be like a dive of some sort. Or maybe even just like targeting a DPS, targeting a Tracer, targeting a Freya. Something like that that would still do well on Gibraltar, but isn't... You haven't really seen it every single time. Every single map at least. You've seen Freya a couple times, you've seen Tracer a couple times, but you don't really see them like be played the entire time. So I feel like by going over to Gibraltar, you limit the DPS pool kind of already. It's limiting Cass. You know, Cass is not gonna really be a big factor unless you're going for those teleport shots again, because Symmetra is now back online here. I think so. With Symmetra back online, you can at least have, they can still play the brawl, but you can just traverse the map with teleports, which clearly they're very good at doing. We've seen it multiple times. King's Row, for example, very, very good. From Dreamlight. Like, Dreamlight plays the Symmetra very, very well. And I also want to see if Horus is going to come back in, because Horus did step out since Sim was banned, and then Ereus won that, so we'll see. Game 5 ban is going to be Freya. Ooh, I'm too good. Freya ban on deck here. I'm going to get that Freya in here. I spelled Freya's name like how is traditionally spelled, which is with a Y instead of a J. But Ereus bans to Freya. Dreamlight bans Ana. Ana ban is so messed up on Gibraltar. I'm saying with my whole chest. Okay. Wait, I didn't even peep who was attacking first. Okay, they're swapped, I believe. Yeah, they're swapped. 2 seconds. Let me just swap these guys real quick. Thankfully, it should be relatively easy. So I'm just gonna do a. Ana. And then. And. There we go. Not on the right sides. Ooh. Ooh. I quite like this. We're gonna be seeing dive. We're actually gonna be seeing cast on both sides here. Also gonna be seeing Voltsa come in for Pingu, I believe. Yes. Okay. Lillian and Sleek are gonna be having a lot of these Tracer 1v1s on the objective to keep it alive, and Lillian's whole job here is just to babysit cart, basically. So Sleek's job is to negate that babysit. Lara's sitting on this high ground waiting for a rotation. I mean, this is where you want to rotate to, is typically from attack. You want to rotate over to this area. And then you're ready to see Central Pan gonna be looked at by Sleek and Lars, but then they're gonna be kind of bullied out of this bridge area, and even more so bullied off of the high ground. Lars in the low ground here. Look at this whole fight. Oh, wow. Lars forced it back up. Cart is being babysat by everybody on the side of Dreamlight. I mean, they're struggling. This high ground being kind of left alone. Lars comes back up on the high, but Central Japan comes up. There's a lot of pressure onto that hazard, and they're forced to back up almost immediately. The cart's already halfway through Gibraltar Point A, and we've lost ICAV. The die target being ICAV is so detrimental to Ereus. Because, again, you know Cass is strong. As strong as Kenta right now. That movement is still one of his biggest hindrances, excuse me. Oh, what a shutdown from ICAV. I can't even look too much at this diva. Just kind of has to look at these backline, look at these supports, look at the other cast in the field here, and get a pick here. But it's not gonna be enough. High Noon already gained and expended by D-Cruise here. Also gonna be seeing the reversal High Noon from ICAV on alongside this Kitsune Rush as well. No one dares to peek it though. Fight goes still ongoing, but Tomek with that Kitsune Rush. That should be pretty much the spell and defeat of Ereus' attack phase. Ereus' defense phase on first, and that gives him almost like 5-minute time bank on second point. This diva doing absolutely fantastic work for Dreamlight. Sleek only now getting to his pulse bomb. Lars super close to his downpour as well, but Central at least has the diva bomb, so that second lease on life is gonna be online here alongside Rod's sound barrier. Oh no, Lars. Pressure being put onto them tenfold. Here comes the sound barrier. They're pushing in, pushing everyone off this high ground, and finds D-Cruz in the fray. So Japan needs to back up along with the rest of the team here, because Lars is taking names and lives and making sure no one can get out for free. Oh, I mean, no one is getting out for free. Lars on the offensive here. Okay, first point was pretty much a breeze for Dreamlight, but now you have to get through Lars on this high ground. I mean, kind of inhibiting this one very common rotation that people tend to take out of spawn. I mean, downpour is ready. I mean, if you use it here, oh, there goes Rod. However, a little bit of a split happening. My Kiriko teleports in and gets completely called out by Volta again. The pincer from Ereus is so strong on that high ground. Oh, and can they find? Oh, they cannot. No. Cannot find the D-Mech fast enough. We still got downpour. Can you imagine if Hazard could hang on walls, like Ball, for example? You hang on there, drop down, the downpour. Like, are you kidding me? Good wall, kind of separating out Central from the rest of the team here. Not getting gets looked at by Lars. Central has to back up, go back to the team, regroup. 2 minutes suspended. All right, high note also used by Cav, excuse me. I've been really waiting for this downpour to be used here, and there's no Suzu, so that could definitely be the go button. I mean, these rotations are kind of crazy from Lars, I must say. They have been stuck here. Everyone, no. I mean, we're gonna be starting off things with this beautiful Kitsu rush from the back line. Here comes the Diva Bomb as well. Central Japan super low. Gets the remake though. Beautiful Suzu from the defenders. From the attackers. Here comes a downpour. Wishing for a star, but can't find anything. This fight still on goes. I think it's a 4v3 here. Looks like Ereus back up a bit. Wait to reconvene with the rest of the team. Because they have they've shaved off 3 minutes from this initial push. And Tomix has Kitsune Rush. So I wouldn't be surprised if he just kind of rips it right here on this high ground. And they do. Soundberry expended by Volta. Reversal one comes in from Rod. And no one's coming out from that high ground area. One headshot to Sleek. One Suzu as well. Committed by Tomix. And D-Cruz once more on this Cassie has just been a menace. Over and over and over again. I mean, speaking of, just Kaji gets so many picks under his belt. Okay. You know what I wish? I wish FACEIT gave me people's pronouns. That'd be much easier. Kind of like SRGG does. But it's okay. I'm gonna keep looking at Cruz because they have the Deadeye here. Lars swaps over to the Zarya. I get it. I feel like this third point is really good for Brawl, which is why we also see Japan going over to Ramatra, kind of just leaving that reset behind. Leaving the Diva behind. But Cav gets the Deadeye, but then Sleek reverses it with the Pulse Bomb. Oh, that's gonna be the end of the run for Dreamlight for Ereus so far. Nice job. Dreamlight continues this push. 2 minutes on the clock here. They might get the same or similar time bank as they did on King's Row. I see they reset instead from Lars. Texel does have Continue Rush. I want it to be used ASAP, especially now that we don't see Tomix with their own Swift Step. Post Bomb goes wide on the right side. Suzu expended here, and Sleek still finds a kill on Tomix, giving a little bit of a leg up for Ereus here as they continue to push in. And I see Lars, I mean, really pushing in and really putting a lot of pressure on this front line. D-Cruz tries their best, but gets pushed into this Mega Room space. Gets a Mega Pack, but it's not gonna be all for naught as they are gonna get staggered out a tiny bit here at the end of the fight. Whoa. Oh wow! Oh! Poor Lynn tries to like look over and then just like has to back up immediately. Has to recall so fast. Also has the sound barrier. ICAV on the high ground trying to charge up the Zedeye again to outlap D-Cruise, but look at behind you. You look too fast. There's a Tracer behind you. Oh, no one's looking. Hold on. This Tracer? Oh, just nearly gets out of there for free. ICAP couldn't press the release trigger fast enough before Lily gets and blinks out of there for free. Oh, they're waiting. They want to use this terror so bad. Oh, he's walking. Oh, they're walking in. Here comes a sound barrier. Both of them at once. Comes through. Still seeing the spear onto D-Cruise. And here comes the Pterosaurus. Poor Rod. Not going to be enough, but here comes a high noon into the continued rush coming in from Ereus. Pulse on goes wide. Doesn't really find much again. And D-Cruise the first one to go down in this fight. Only 20 seconds left on the objective here. Texel walking in with the rest of the team on this attack, on this defense phase. We see the recall from Lilin. Still cannot get shut down by this backline, but otherwise they have effectively shut down the Deadeye. They've effectively shut down the sound barrier. They've shut down Lilin as well. No touch. They gotta go fast here with Tomix's continued rush, but it's not gonna be enough. We lost on actually it isn't gonna be enough. We lost on Sleek. That's actually massive. They're on cart at least. That's a big advantage state for Dreamlight right now. Overtime fight has been extended here. Degrees putting pressure onto ICAV. Needs to be careful. Big Suzu comes through. ICAV now has a Deadeye. Gonna be using it almost immediately, making some space happen. And they don't even get anything done with Lilin on the Tracer being uncontested. Finds the kill onto ICAV, shuts down that Deadeye. And now we are seeing Dreamlight once more. Really just shut down the entirety of the defense from Ereus. But they have one last touch to go with Sleek coming back on this. I'm sorry, ICAV coming back on this venture. Wait, they don't touch. Respawns were very long during overtime, and on top of that, Rod did have the sound barrier, so you know what, that is a-okay. Ooh, it's gone to all 3 points, so there's no other option for Ereus. They need to go all the way. They need to take this all the way to round 3 and 4. They need to. We need to go overtime rounds. And regardless of which team does lose here, there's still a loser's bracket. There's still a lower bracket to be played through. So there is absolutely zero real... Well, there is a little bit of like a real amount of anxiety happening here. You know, you don't want to exactly like lose. You know, you want to win, but I can't go this way. This is my bad. I really thought I could go that way. That's crazy. We're going to speed round through Gibraltar. Woo! Neom. And we're here. Central back on this diva here. Lars back on the hazard. Understandably so. Dive first and second. Very much a needed composition to be played here. Let's move in a little bit here. See this initial attack from Ereus as Dreamlight sets up on this high ground. Lara's going all the way over to the staircase, however. Hold on. I want to see this rotation. Actually backs up, wants to look over at Central Pan. Already has expended the jump, so can't really follow up on it. But the whole point of this first point isn't to win these fights, is just to push this objective down past that halfway point of this bridge area, to force the defenders to back towards that back high ground, to back towards server room, for example. But what a kill onto Lilin! Lars opening things up beautifully for this attack phase on this high ground. Now looks over at this Cassie and this Kiriko, and these get helped out by the rest of the team here. Beautifully done by Volta of all people. Finding Rod and Volta continuing to find these the other exchanges is even better. Unfortunately, Lars is going to be going down, but so is his Diva. The D-Mech happens, no remake to be seen, no recall also from Lilin, as ICAP, mind you, on the Widowmaker, finding that headshot into Central Pan, kind of shutting down that engagement, that re-engagement from the side of Dreamlight was absolutely massive. Now we're set up. Set up in server room. Okay, there's going to be a little bit of a rushed point objection from Dreamlight, as we are ticking down closer and closer to that second objective. I mean, here comes a dive from Diva. Okay, does get saved by the bell of our very own support. Can we find too much there? Tries to find a Lucio, but here comes the Consumer Rush instead. Lars needs to be healed right back up, goes over to the Diva, and here comes D Cruz with this high noon. Everyone's kind of hiding away from it, and even walled off, so this can get absolutely zero value. Does break the wall, but then you're going to be looked at by Volta here, and Lars, mind you, in this the entire time, putting all the pressure on the front line and the back line. It doesn't even matter. Ereus take this first point the same way Dreamlight did, with a really good, healthy time bank, but all that matters is that they don't get stopped here. They have to push forward, and they're going to be able to. This hazard movement has been a blessing to watch. It's really fun. Sights online, downpour also online. There goes D Cruz. Not that DM, a little bit too late from on the trigger from Central to keep D Cruz alive. But that's a-okay. Now we're fighting his little bridge. Raw kind of by themselves, stuck on those stuck on the blue boxes. And mind you, this cart has now pushed so far up. Sleek has the pulse bomb, looking at these supports. It's just Lucio, and we go for the Suzu. Beautiful save from Tomix onto the fellow support, keeping Rod alive for the sound barrier. But Rod super low, needs to stay alive, but then again cannot get shut down by D Cruz. Tomix has a Casino Rush, gonna be spending it alongside that Diva bomb. Sound barrier coming in from the side of Ereus as Dreamlight pushes in with his aggression and with this Casino Rush. Tomix finds a kill onto Cav and onto Volts at the same time, and this is gonna be the hold Dreamlight needed. A little bit of a break there. Thankfully, they need a second. Now this is where attacking without the momentum push from capping first point does come in. But Central Pan kind of backs up from that initial push, from that initial defense on this high ground, and goes actually over to the shuttle, to the spaceship. Lars is making their way over to this high ground. Now has to back up, gets pushed out a little bit by Central. Now they're going back over to the objective. Texel does have the Casino Rush. We're actually going to be seeing here uncontested pretty much, as Tomax did already use his own earlier. So he gets a leg up onto Lilin. And everyone's on this high ground. They need to come down into the space of Ereus, and there's going to be the high noon coming in from D Cruz. And here comes also the downpour. And can't even get the skull on Lars fast enough to find that clutch kill that would have been absolutely massive there. But Central Pan staying alive on the Baby Diva, but not for very long, as we do see this 2.5 minute time bank or get even a lot more with that 4 minutes instead. Going over a second point, Ereus has all the momentum behind them. They are so good at pushing out. They're so good at closing out these spaces. They're so good at shutting down so many of these ultimates, especially from D Cruz, who originally was doing so well, continuously getting these deadeyes, continuously getting picks, and then suddenly can't get anything. Downpour not respecting it. Pulse also as a response, not allowing that deadeye to get a lot of value. But otherwise, ICAV coming up on our very own deadeye. We lose Sleek. We're getting pressured out by this Orisa, and now we're rotating over to these DPS here. But is it gonna be enough? As we do see we do see Cruz go down, but so does the side of ICAV. Oh, that's it. Oh my days. Oh, what a double Suzu or double Swift Step. What if the perk was double Suzu? Thoughts? Oh. Laura said, okay, and I gotta go to Orisa. Hatcher's not really gonna work as well here, especially into this brawl of the Orisa. Oh, here comes the Deadeye. Linen foresees recall. And nothing gets done. Here comes Tomax coming through with this continued rush. Everyone's in it. I'm looking over at Central here. Is it gonna be enough to stop them? It actually does, but then there's this insane pushback from Ereus coming in with their very own continued rush. Linen and Rush and company getting the sound barrier from both sides here. Pulsong goes crazy. Doesn't really find much besides the death of Lilin. Oh, now they're cornering themselves, unfortunately. That's it. Oh, 3.5 minutes or 1 minute. Ereus has all the time, all the momentum in the world. What cannot happen, they cannot get stopped. No. Yeah. No. What happens with Ereus is they have to be able to hold effectively here, which they have been doing relatively quickly or relatively well. Both teams were a little bit lackluster on that first point, as they both were able to break through each other's defenses and get about a 4.5 to 5 minute time bank. However, on second, it was really like the star of the show for Ereus, because they were not only playing the spaceship area, but they were also down here. Lars was just down here looking at them right in the face. using these angles right here, this little cover, using the wall, and then backing up if needed, and then going back in, able to go over to this side. I mean, the defense from Ereus on second was absolutely amazing. You know, it was just, I think it was like a ult fight that they lost on, and momentum really shifted for Dreamlight in that latter half of second point. But as we go over to first point again, only 1 minute to make magic happen. And if you know Gibraltar, that minute almost means nothing, because most of the time on first point, most teams will get all the way to an overtime fight just because the cart has to go so far, going down under like this, under a ramp, and then it has to go around the corner where server room is, and there's high ground all around that you're being pelted from if you're, you know, they're looking down at you the entire time. There's a lot going on. So as we start this fight off once more on this high ground, Lara has to back up almost immediately, as we do see a little bit of rotation coming from Central, wanting to kind of go over the stairs, but not going to find it. I don't know who's at my door, but... Okay. Just had to make sure that we were all good. I think I have a package coming. What a team kill. Wait, that's actually massive for Dreamlight. Oh my goodness. Okay, they're coming with this fight really in their favor here. I'm gonna check my ring camera, because I know I think I have a package coming. So make sure it's actually a package, not just like some random. 82% to this Casino Rush. Okay, that's my package. Okay, yeah, they're here. Overtime actually has been expended here. It's... oh my god! Large is so low, but so is Central. They can't get off point. They can't get off point. Overtime halfway done. Recall expended. Everyone's off the objective. Oh my goodness. Large going absolutely maniac on this hazard. And they're going to stop them right here. Wait, here comes Dreamlight. There's no bombs. That's just Baby Diva. And there's a pulse on top of that. That's crazy. Oh my goodness. What a hold from Ereus. Excuse me for getting a little bit distracted, but I'm going to be right back between rounds to grab this package.
Score 3-3. Switching sides. Initiating match. Ready.
Guys, I think it's my Labubu. Guys, it's my Labubu. Hold on. Okay, we're gonna watch this. I'm gonna open this package up. I hope it's not already opened. It should be covered. Winston dive coming in versus a Diva dive. Winston into Diva, a little bit more of a scary matchup. Oh my god, it's so little. Oh my goodness, and she's so small. Okay, after this match, we are unboxing my Labubu. Oh my god, it's here! Okay. Lars goes back over to the hazard. They have a 3.5 minute time bank to work with, and everyone and their mother from Dreamlight is in this bridge area, forces Lars back over to the low ground alongside Central. Oh my goodness. Okay, we're back. Sleek is down for the count though. That's massive for Dreamlight, but this cart is still being pushed, still going through underneath the bridge area, and they have 3 minutes to work with, so they can absolutely back up and regain, just regain their positioning, regain their composure. Kind of look at ICAP for a second here. I mean, on this Cassie, beautiful headshots, putting a little bit of pressure onto both D-Cruz and Rod here. I mean, they're pushing it. They have 2.5 minutes. Oh, what a kill from Voltsa. Ereus, they're looking fantastic right now to continue this push. I mean, they're playing this high ground, but maybe they're playing their high ground a little bit too aggressively. D-Cruz does find a reversal pick onto Voltsa, so both Lucios will be somewhat down for the count for a little bit longer. But we're still pushing. And Tomax forced uses the suicide really early on, but then it goes Lilin getting another leg up in the fight here by taking care of Sleek, which means the number advantage here is definitely in favor of Dreamlight, as the rest of the team is going to start to slowly tick on down. and Dreamlight regains their position, regains their composure, and they also have a couple ultimates in the back pocket, if not almost all 5. Central Pan and Lilin both 70 around 75% to their respective ultimates, whereas we have the Rush, we have Deadeye, we have Sound Barrier. Volta not even close to their very own Sound Barrier to mirror it, so Rod can opt to either go fast and save it, or we have to see if Volta can get a little bit more of that healing output to get that Sound Barrier. But here comes the High Noon on the bridge. Not gonna find too much. Really good defense coming in from both sides here. Dreamlight and Ereus both blocking off those High Noons. Make sure neither of them really got value for the other side. Texel gonna be coming in on that Kitchen Rush for sure. And Lars also just now getting Downpour. Kitchen Rush expended here. And now here comes Tommy with their very own. But here comes a Downpour from Lars. But here comes also Reversal. The Rod comes in with the Sound Barrier. This is basically almost every single ultimate expended. But besides that Diva Bomb. And just like that, that's gonna be another big defense from Dreamlight, and Central Pan still has his Diva Bomb. They're gonna use that at the very end during overtime. Trust me. 3 meters left from the clock here. Sleek only has the Pulse Bomb. Volta finally coming up on that Sound Barrier, so we'll have a little bit of a leg up in terms of survivability in this next engagement. Dreamlight needs to push up because they're letting all this space be given pretty much for free to the side of Ereus. Lars goes over to the server room. In fact, the entire team actually goes over to the server room, wants to fight this long-range game. I'm also seeing a little bit of a flank coming in from Lilin onto his high ground. Gets called out. Oh, no, not Lilin. Instead, going to be actually a 3-2 split between the Cassidy and the Kiriko. There goes Kiriko, but there's also a dive onto D-Cruz, and the Sunbear also expended here, and they get the D-Mech onto Diva Team and better, but there is going to be a swift set from Kiriko. No follow-up, however. Here comes the Diva Bomb, and can they get Japan and move away from it? No! And Lars takes the full brunt of that damage, has to back up. Only 10 seconds left on the clock here. Has to retreat for the Mega Pack, and we go for a TP into the Suzu, meaning that we're very vulnerable, and so is Sleek as D-Cruz comes back on the Soldier, finds the Helix rocket kill onto Sleek, and that is going to likely be the end of this attack phase as Dreamlight has defended and takes it 3-1 against Ereus. Ereus goes down to the lower bracket, and that is going to be Dreamlight going forward to fight whoever was the winner of Anomaly and T3 Not a Job. Oh, what a match. What a match. Oh, wait. Wrong one. Excuse me. What a match. That was fantastic. I do know that I did request to follow this match, so I should be able to see who won against T3 Anomaly. Let's see. Looks like Anomaly won. Gas T3 actually going down to 1-3 against Anomaly. So we should be getting Dreamlight and Anomaly coming up here soon-ish. One second. Okay, we had time. Okay, really quickly. This is gonna turn into a Labubu opening. Hold on. We'll get the invite in a second. Just give me 2 seconds. Oh my goodness. I am so excited. I should be having Anomaly versus Dreamlight again. Give me behind the hero bench. And now we got, oh my god, Labubu. It's Labubu time. Look at her. I'm gonna lose my mind. Okay, we have a couple minutes before they finalize everything. And I sent the link in there, so they should be helping us out. Let me also change this. Okay. I also got a second thing, so maybe we do this one first. This is it's a charm. Rooted in memory by the Hirono, rooted by memory. So we're actually gonna do this one first because from Pop Mart, these are official Pop Mart items. Don't pay too much on me. So we're gonna do a very quick unboxing. We're gonna have this first. If I can find the... Okay, I found it. I found the tab. Okay, I'm gonna open this. Boom. I'm gonna open up the box here. Okay, I definitely opened that wrong, but it's not. It's okay. Maybe it's okay. Maybe it's okay. Okay, this is the Hirono box. We have rooted memory with a little card here. Very cute. Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna cut it right on open. Actually, I don't have to. It has a little a little niche here. Okay, here we go. It's cute. Ooh. Okay, what's? Oh, I got a little ninja. Oh, whoa! What's actually way bigger than I thought it was gonna be. Whoa! It's like a whoa. Okay, whoa. This is hot. This is really hot. Oh my god, wait. I'm trying to fix it so it's not like all like screwed up. Okay. Okay, so look. This is what I got. It's gray, so very much matches my outfits. Thank God. Shuriken Star has a little charm of a little guy. Looks a bit angry. Let me second like. And then I think the rest of it, I'm not really sure. Let me see. Oh, wrong box. I think you're meant to. Yeah, these are meant to be separated. So I'm actually gonna take this part out. Oh, I understand the vision. There we go. Okay, this is definitely going on my pants for sure. If I have, I'm definitely putting my pants. These are like really cute. Way cute than I thought it was gonna be. I kind of just got it because I could. Okay, now comes the real star of the show as we wait for Anomaly and Dreamlight to start. Oh, actually, it tells you what you get, I think, with these little cards. So I didn't even notice that. So I gotta make sure I don't pull the card out of my Labubu because I don't want to get spoiled with what I get. Okay. The real. I got big into energy. I don't mind. I got big into energy because I don't mind any of the colors. I don't care what color I get. I think they're all really pretty, and I want all of them, but I don't have Labubu money. So we're gonna very quickly. I found a little tab here. Gonna open it like this. Boom. Okay, here we go. Let's not mess up the opening this time because I really messed that up. Yeah, I might mess it up again. I don't know how to open this up. Ruin the box. I don't want to ruin the box. Oh, I definitely ruined the box, but it's okay. All right. Oh. Big into energy. I feel her. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. This is the right side up. Yeah. Okay. Where's her face? Her face is on this side, I think. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Okay. Oh, they're so little. Oh, baby girl. Oh, baby girl. Oh, look at her. Oh, she looks way more purple in person than on the camera, but what's your name? I got luck. Look at her. Oh. Oh, she's beautiful. Oh. Oh my god. Hi, luck. Oh my god. I'm so glad mine didn't come all fucked up. Cause I saw a lot of people saying that that their like faces were like crooked or something. Oh, she's so little. Oh, she's just a baby. This tag is smaller, I feel like. The ones I've seen. This is my first Labubu. Oh my days. Oh, mine's also this is the new version. Oh, look. So I'm still waiting for my match. They're still on hold so far. Okay. So waiting for that match. Let me see her little card. Okay, I see it. Oh, look. Look at her. Oh my god. I got it. Today's the best day ever. Today is the best day ever. I fear I'm gonna buy another one. I need to buy another one. And needs a friend. I think she needs a friend. I'm officially. I think they're all girls actually. Um, the only boy is a Momo. So. Okay. Okay. I'm calm. I'm calm. I have a Labubu now, so all is well in the world. I'm gonna put it back in her box. I really can't believe she's here. She's really here. Oh my god, my Labubu, my Shayla. This is literally my Shayla. Oh, I was gonna say. So the newer ones, right? They have a smaller tag on the side. It's not. It's thinner tag. It's a thinner tag, and the actual ring here. I don't think you can see it, but if you see like a little bit like something, it says Pop Mart on it now, which I didn't know. Oh my god, look at her. Oh, she's so beautiful. Girl, what the fuck? I got a boo boo on stream. Oh, it's so soft too. Yeah, I didn't personally. I don't like the macarons because I don't like how like I like when it's fluffy like this. I don't want a curly haired Labubu. I feel like it just gets matted more often. Oh, she is so pretty. Oh, she's just perfect. She's so ugly. I love her. Now I can be like everyone else. I'm gonna put my Labubu on my boom arm real fast so I can just always look at her. You're not gonna see her, but how can I make you guys see her? Can I just like I'm a real annoying. I wanna like put her right here. But I'm not going to. Match is still on hold, it seems. I'm just gonna refresh real fast, make sure that we are all good. So after that beautiful girl, don't piss me off. After this beautiful unboxing from me, I'm gonna put her over here. Should be nice and safe. I'm gonna put her on my work bag, I think. I'm not sure. Okay, well, I'm not very smart, so I'm just gonna leave her. Oh, she's so small. I thought these were like a little bit bigger. I'm kind of glad they're this small. Oh, she's so cute. I really cannot. Her ear is a little bit fucked up, but it's okay. She's a little messed up. Oh, they're beautiful. I literally can't. I'm so happy. I'm actually really happy with both the ones I got. This is really good for me because I wear everything black and white. So this gray is so good for like my pants or whatever. Has a little charm on it. This is perfect. Quite literally a blessing. And then, which I actually wouldn't mind if I just put it on my thing, but otherwise, literally perfect. And then she is just I get a little emotional. I got my little boo boo. Let me make sure I get added to this match. It's still on hold, so still waiting to start. Let me see. La boo boo. Oh my god, I'm so happy, guys. I got a little boo boo. So while we're here, I can at least show you guys the bracket. I can at least show you guys what exactly we're waiting on, which is right. Well, that's the last map. Chills. Okay. Not the ad. Anyway, quick little recap here. So it looks like oh wait, they're voting. Oh okay, hold on. They're starting. Okay, so they're going Ereus, that's fine. I actually want to show you guys the bracket itself. So let's go over there. And find it. I always gotta do this. I'm so bad at this website. Hold on. Matches, playoffs, EMEA, expert? Wait, I'm dumb. Masters. So it looks like I think right now they're voting right now. Ereus has to go. Oh my god, it's a good match. I actually would cast that. I'm not even gonna lie, but I hope they win. I really want Gas T3 Najab to win because I think their team is so funny. Wasp is out going to just lower side against 0907. Vision Esports going against Quick Esports right now. Anomaly, as we know, took it 3-1. Ereus, we just saw lost 2-3 to Dreamlight. Quick Esports actually taking it 3-2 against 0907. And then Vision Esports 3-0ing Wasp X oh no. Wait, is Wasp X oh no gone? Wait a damn minute. Oh my god. Wait a minute. Wait. Yo. Is it Matt? Yo, I know where it's supposed to be. I feel like I'm tripping. There we go. It's okay. I know where it is now. It's in standings. Okay. This is on hold right now. Why is it on hold? Lineup being finalized. I should be added to this game soon. And let me see. Losers bracket. Oh yeah, they're out. Unfortunate. And this is happening right now because this took forever to finish. So our bad. But otherwise, waiting on this. Now let's go back over to here. I'm ready. I'm good to go. I got my little boo boo. I gotta show my boyfriend so he knows that we have our child now. Oh, thanks, face it. If you just got here, you missed me unboxing my little boo boo. And she's beautiful. I got a big into energy. I'm gonna show you guys her in a second again. But first, first of all, thank you, Face It. I am gonna be covering this match. First Labubu unbox on Face Elite Coast Stream. They calling me out. They. Oh my god, that's so funny. Thanks, guys. So anyone that not everyone knows, I got her. I got luck. Oh my god. Oh my god, she's so pretty. I'm so happy. She's so cute. So I'm gonna buy her clothes. I'm gonna do it, guys. I'm gonna buy her clothes. I don't know what she would wear. She's getting pastel goth, right? I should put her in some black clothes and call it a day. A little hoodie, a little beanie. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm a problem. I'm a problem, guys. I'm very much a problem. Oh my goodness. Yay, we got invited. All right. The real match is now here. Yippee. Anomaly versus Dreamlight. We have our same roster, so we already know who these guys are. Anomaly coming up with Zoro, EG's Crocs, Jono Witch, and King. Oh, I'm excited. I'm ready. I am so ready. That's so funny. They clipped me. They posted a screenshot of my little boo boo. Oh, what perfect timing too. I didn't know when she was coming. Okay, Anomaly banned Diva. I think Happle's going to apply. Yeah, I got a bunch of my friends in here. So let's get these bans in. Okay, Anomaly banned. Well, first of all, there's swaps. Let me really quickly change that up. Looks like Anomaly on right. And why am I tripping? There we go. And Dreamlight taking these over to Ereus. We are seeing, I believe, Anomaly banned Diva first. So we are seeing. Yo, I'm tripping. Okay. Looks like Dreamlight banned Tracer here. Very based. Just banned Tracer outright. And Team Anomaly did a Diva ban. I believe, yes. So we have our rosters, we have our bans, we have everything for us right now. Yo, I'm sorry. I dropped my phone. Okay. Okay. Good luck to both of the teams from me and my little boo-boo. From Luck. Oh my god. I'm so happy. Dreamlight, I think they're taking a quick little break. They're going to come in relatively soon. They have 2.5 minutes to connect, so they have a bunch of time. So sorry if you see me, like, fanning myself. It is hot in this room. What the fuck is a little boo-boo? I still don't know. She's my little guy. He's my little guy now. Oh. I'm in a chungus country where everything's expensive for me. Very real and true. Yeah. Yapedodele. That looked like French and German. We still have about a minute for Dreamlight to connect. They just had a Game 5 series. I can't even blame them too much. Otherwise, as we start on Ereus, I always liked Ereus as one of the control maps because it gives way to a bunch of different comps to be played on the sub maps, and it's not just like, okay, it's not like I feel like it's not like Lijiang, for example, where Brawl can work on all three. For example, I mean, Gardens you'll usually see more dive, like Winston or Diva or Hazard. But you can definitely run Brawl. I feel like on Ilios it's a little more difficult to run one comp for all three. However, oh, they're yapping here. Oh, they're chilling. Um, I feel like with Ilios, you can play different comps, and it's very difficult to play one comp per three. I feel like Arisa is one of the only ones that can play. You can play Arisa on like Lighthouse. You can play Arisa on Ruins. You can play Arisa on Well, but I think all three do give way to multiple comps being able to be played. You can play Dive, you can play Poke, you can play Brawl on all three in their subsequent submaps. But you'll usually see like on Lighthouse, we'll see like Dive, we'll see Winston, we'll see Anna Brig, for example, if she's not banned, which she clearly isn't. But we're actually going over to Ruins first. Oh, look, the game gave me the beautiful place to start off on, too. I love it here. They really did call me out. FACEIT really said, we got a Labubu. We got a Labubu unboxing. And chill, I also got Hirono. Hold on. We also got Hirono unboxing. And I got the gray one with the little ninja star. Wait, you can't even see a little guy. Wait, I think I have the... Really quickly, I can show you guys. Where did she go? I literally had the... Oh, it's in here. Really quick. Here she is. Ah! There she is. Rooted in memory. Back off is crazy. Anyway, we are starting things off on Ruins. Again, you can already see how these guys are forming their compositions. We have the Hazard on one side. We have Central back on the Arisa, with Cha-Cha now filling that symmetrical role. Might run out on it, but otherwise, give me seeing King Honest on Symmetro, swapping over to the Sombra versus the Genji. Very interesting start we do have here, everybody. As we go over to the coast side here, seeing how the fact that, you know, Anomaly already kind of having a good amount of space under their belt, whereas Dreamlight are kind of being pushed back a lot around this back area pillar here. Hack already expanded onto the Arisa. I think Sombra's been very strong recently. She is a complete tank killer if she's pretty much unchecked. But with this backline of Rod and Thomas, I think Kings have a little bit of trouble in that regard. But Central Pan's already on the objective versus the Hazard here and gets completely shut down by Crocs. That's massive, and the point goes by the wayside of Anomaly, and they're going to continue to push right in here for this dive. Zaro takes out the Cruz in the mirror. We hack the Mega Pack so no one can get anything done, and that's going to be them going over to the spawn room and now backing right back up. Beautifully done from the side of Anomaly, and they're sending up real close on this high ground Ruins area. 56% to that downpour. Zaro coming up on that Deadeye. So I'm actually going to look over at Zaro for a little bit here, see exactly how we're going to be using that Deadeye under our belt. I like that Central Pan and the company from are going around this left side around the mini pack was, but again, King on this Sombra is gonna be a big pain in Central's backside. That hack, that virus on top of that is so good. T-Cruz not all F4 like yesterday, thank you. Well, D-Cruz was doing fantastic last map, not too much on GOAT. Gulp. They're all funny. It's all fun and games here. Oh, big hack coming from King. I'm gonna call him Eggs. Eggs has the Kitsune Rush as well, and I mean, gonna be used here from both teams. Suzu also expended, but this area should be giving Dreamlight a little bit of an advantage because they can play around the Mega Pack, and they've also effectively pushed out Anomaly from Eggs' Kitsune Rush. Oh, here comes the High Noon. Here also comes a Downpour, and that's pretty much gonna be enough. You're trapped in this High Noon, and Cruz just not Crocs just does not care. He's in there looking at this Kiriko, looking at everybody, picking this Mega Pack, and pretty much being uncontested on Ruins here of Ilios. A little tactical crouching, of course. Cha-Cha finds a one up on Zaro. French person talking. That's hilarious. On Sargon does have to back up. We are down just one, so they are going to be going over back to the objective to stay a little more hunkered down. And there is going to be a touch, ideally coming in from the side of Dreamlight. We see the swap over to mirror the Hazard here. Zaro has a big Deadeye, and that's going to be Cha-Cha going down, post deflect. What a sound barrier as well from Anomaly. They stay alive even longer. Overtime has been expended. Central is being looked at by all angles, but we're down to Kiriko. But there's a big EMP coming through from King. Is it gonna be enough if we see Jonowich on on the Lucio as well, trying to stay alive and trying to keep this Lucio from keeping the team up? It is really just Thomas and Rod to come and touch, and this Dragon Blade from Cha will be completely rendered useless as we take the first round in favor of Anomaly. This is a very active chat we got going on. I'll say Crocs is in fact bagging a little bit. It's quite hilarious. But otherwise, we're going over to the beautiful land of Lighthouse. I mean, if they're both going to see this hazard, I mean, you're going to be seeing these 3 high grounds, 1, 2, and 3. Even a little bit of the cage high ground as well, but not too much. We're going to see these 1, 2, 3 high grounds be utilized by both of these dive heroes. Zoro now goes over to the Freya instead. This is going to be putting a little bit even more pressure onto D-Cruz, even Cha if we stick onto the Symmetra, which we absolutely will be doing. This Brawl comp coming in from Dreamlight is just there to hunker down the objective, and I think that they've peeped that they're going over to the Orisa. Anomaly said, okay, we're going to go over to the high ground on the actual objective, and I want you to drop down and teleport to the point and see what happens. Egg super low in the Kiriko. I mean, they're forced onto this high ground. They're going to teleport over to the high ground of the Lighthouse here. And getting a first pick onto Zaro even better. And Central Paul rotates over down towards, down on the main area of the objective. Thomas finds one onto Eggs here. I mean, and I think Central is just trying to make sure no one can touch the point here. Especially if Crocs stuck in this corner, stuck between a rock and a hard place, that being the reset and the wall. Very good rotation. Very slow, methodical rotation coming in from Dreamlight. And what a spear. Oh my gosh. I mean, this composition, this teleport method we've been seeing from Dreamlight was a really big pain for Ereus to deal with in their upper round 1, and now that we're going up to upper round 2, big hack comes in from King, but Cross is super low. They can't really follow up on that. Even more so, they're gonna teleport right back out. But, I mean, guess who's going to meet them? It's going to be Crocs. Oh, but he's in a really bad spot. Needs to stay behind this gate area. Gets rid of the turret here. Central a little bit in a bad position, but now is in the sideline of both of the supports here. Looking towards Thomas to see how we're going to be using this continued rush. Both sound barriers have been expended here, and there comes a quadruple support ults utilized and committed by both teams here. But I want to see how, we're looking at Zara on this high ground, now drops over to the low ground, bullet shot on the back pocket, but I don't even think they need to use it as they put all the pressure onto the back line, and even more so leaving Central by themselves to basically be looked at by all 5 members of Anomaly. And they're starting to go over to this high ground on the opposing side they're going to enemy territory here. Bullet shot in the back pocket for Anomaly, of course. Which, honestly, arguably, with Downpour and EMP coming through, I want to see Bullet Shot be used first, and then use Downpour when they're trying to approach. Good wall blocks off this approach coming in from Dreamlight. And again, no spin means that this Bullet Shot could ideally go through and not be negated. But High Noon from D-Cruz gets shut down immediately from Crocs. And I mean, the momentum is now shifting in favor heavily by Anomaly. Downpour also expended Cha sliding right out of there. And is a victim of the Zoro Freya. Nicely done. And I mean, they're pushing in. They're not going to be walling off Central here, forcing the Fortify, forcing everything to be used, but they can't even get out in time. The rest of the team couldn't quite break the hazard wall fast enough, and now they're able to kind of back up, get another really big opening pick onto the tank, and couldn't get to the high ground fast enough, but couldn't really find the climb there. But Crocs still looking very, very good here, especially with the, again, bullet shot in the back pocket alongside the EMP. Can't play the game. Just can't play the game. Just cannot play the game. EMP expended during the rotation, shutting it down completely. EGs and Zoro now building up, or now both having their respective ultimates alongside Jana, which gonna be having that soul time barrier in the back pocket. Oh, they're gonna skip neutral. They're rushing right to the point. They spear Crocs off, who's stuck on this high ground. Here comes a continued rush from EG's. Central and company get on the point though, and they flip it. Terror Surge online as well. Teleport over to the high ground. Bullet shot expended from Zoro. Will it be enough though? It looks like not, but they do still find a beautiful pick onto Rod. Terror Surge also being used by Central, but I mean no one's really there to follow up. Neither. And now for Central being lifted from all angles, we flip it right back for Anomaly 93%, and they're gonna have a little bit of time to touch maybe with the Symmetra. Oh no, but teleport rate used really early on and then called out by King on this Sombra. That's gonna be Anomaly taking the first point in the series. Looking beautiful, looking well equipped to take this all the way 3-0 ideally, because they just, I can't lie, they just kind of popped off. They just really popped off. And here's a scoreboard here. Oh, we're gonna put it away. Looking a bit rough. Unfortunately, D-Crew is really not finding the same value on this Cassidy as we had previously seen in that first match between Ereus and Dreamlight. You know, not really finding the opening picks, not really finding, because I feel like a lot of the pressure is being put onto D-Crews. You know, the dives coming in from Nox has been so consistent, so good at either disrupting or finding those picks anyway. So as we go into, looks like King's Row for our game 2 from Dreamlight, which is the same second round map they chose against against Ereus. Now it comes down to the point we're gonna be banning the Freya from Ereus. We're gonna be banning the Freya from Dreamlight. And Dreamlight's also opting to attack, so we're gonna be very quickly switching these scoreboards out for a second as Dreamlight does go over to the attack phase here. And mind you, I do know that Dreamlight is gonna ban Freya. Oh my god. Freya ban from Dreamlight, and then Anomaly coming in with that Orisa ban on the reverse side of things. Now I'll change the scoreboard in 1 second as well. Anomaly 1, 0. There we go. And we're going in. I'm getting better and better. I promise I'm getting better and better at this. I'm so happy. Orisa ban will be allowing things like, oh my god, my little boo-boo's still here. I just saw her. I got so happy. Okay. Here we go. We're gonna be going over up here. You're not areas, by the way. Oh, Croc said that. Okay. Can we just get along? I agree, King. Can we just get along? Can we just have fun? Oh, not such your effing mouth. Chill. My Labubu is not liking all this negative energy going on in that chat. But otherwise, you're going to be seeing the defense coming in from Anomaly. And of course, attacking first is going to be Dreamlight. We are seeing Central on the Winston so far. I think just to kind of scope out the scenery, seeing King on this Tracer, seeing Zoro sticking onto the Cassidy. Now that Freya has been banned, EG's and Junner, which going to be sticking over to this Kiriko Lucio backline. Whereas Thomas and Rod, I think Rod's going to stop over for the Mercy, or if not, give Cruz a couple of first picks here. But otherwise, it's going to be dive v dive on King's Row of all places. Oh, I lied. Okay. Me Brawl versus his dive. And they sit together, which they are going to do as they rotate through a hotel. This Nemesis form getting popped open, looking over. I mean, trying to get Zoro, but Zoro stays alive somehow, some way. Now the rest of the team is really looking at Central, putting a lot of pressure onto them. And now they got back up. Couldn't get opening pick, but Nox is really by themselves behind this wall, getting super low, forced to jump over to the team here. And now they're suddenly on the attack side of things, rotating around the objective, rotating and switching positions here is Dreamlight. Then they're just chasing right through that. They're just chasing through the Aldersworth Hotel. Central, unfortunately, kind of find themselves in a really bad spot, but thankfully, everyone else comes through, looks at Nox, shuts that hazard down, and they're going to get this first tick and second tick under their belt. I don't even think they're going to get another touch, another recontest, as we do see this objective open up for Dreamlight with a 5-minute time bank, 5.5-minute time bank, and they're going to be pushing up beautifully past these archways. I'm just been walking in, but here comes the Dead Eye, and they're making some space. And Talon, well, this is streamer mode for Talon's tops, but otherwise, very, very nicely done. This is gonna be another clean fight for Anomaly. Walks in with the Deadeye, finds one, reverses it with King. It's a-okay, but then you're just gonna be able to not only just finish up the fight and clean it up, but also take arches, which again, very, very strong area, very strong place to hold if you are the defenders. And I think, especially when you have Downpour, you have Somber, you have Pulse Bomb, you have the Continuous Rush as well, this hold should prove successful. But look at the rotation from Dreamlight. They come from the alleyway. Here comes the Downpour, though. Finds 3 for your efforts. Here comes the Continued Rush. We do still get a kill at this very same time onto Janowich and King. We trade off DPS for a DPS and support on the opposing side. And now we're getting aggressive with the Sambayer coming in from the side of Rod. And this was such a good option to utilize here from the attackers as they continue this onslaught against the side of Anomaly. I was just like Ereus. I just casted like 2 hours then. Not too much on me. What a fight. And arguably an inexpensive one. I mean, you traded Kitsu's, which is fine. So it cancels out. It's PEMDAS. Then you trade off the Deadeye for the Pulse Bomb. Symmetra is still... Talon has streamer mode on, but otherwise, Talon does have the Photon Barrier. We also have the Annihilation from Central. So ideally, this attack should go well, especially as we are seeing us up to the Malga. Zaro finds one up onto D-Cruise, but is that going to be enough for Anomaly to retake this objective, especially as we have now gone over to the staircase. We're kind of being bullied into this corner, and we're teleporting right back out. Yeah, they're just going to back up, regain their players, and wait out a little bit longer. Oh, we're walking in. Wait, my Malga's not there right now. Okay, Cross comes back. I think went all the way around the left side and comes wrapped around to the objective here. Goes for a big stomp, and now we have press that Q button. But here comes this Deadeye. Just shuts down Talon's tops completely. But then Crocs goes down by the wayside of that Annihilation, as I had mentioned. Eggs. Oh no, Zaro getting looked at by this Ramatra. That's really just gonna be the end of it. Momentum building up in favor of yo. Where everybody? There we go. Oh, a little X of the Kitsune rushes happening here. Fight still ongoing. Cardiac Overdrive expended by Karag. He stomp onto the point. We also seen the Sound Barrier be expended by Rod. And then the pressure. A little bit too much for Crocs. Central Japan goes over to the ball to make sure we are able to touch and get the second objective under our belt. And even push up a little bit. We're getting these other last minute staggers, especially onto characters like Zaro, for example, who are very imperative to the composition of Anomaly. Dreamlight looking beautiful right now. Central actually goes back over to the spawn room, goes over to Diva, gets back in time to have a 5-man push here. And they had great success on King's Road in their first round. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see the same here. Now, Hainu going to be used by D-Cruz. Goes over to the teleport. This is a classic method, but no one's there to meet them. What a Samber, what a Pulse, what a Suzu. But now, you're getting called out by Crocs. High charge. There's a high charge Symmetra against his Malga, but is all for naught as everyone on the side of Dreamlight are just called out in the back line. Quick reset for the side of Dreamlight as we see a 3-minute time bank still under their belt. Anomaly have a long while to defend this. 3 minutes is nothing to scoff at. Crocs does have the cage fight online. Zaro gonna be maybe utilizing the Deadeye alongside it, but here comes the teleport on the right side, really pushing King out. And really pushing a lot of this space to open up for Dreamlight here. As we know, we see Central Japan up on that high ground. Also, we've seen the Photon Barrier. But here comes a reversal. Here comes the cage fight. But they are LOSing that initial... they're LOSing the middle of that cage fight. So they're actually not going to get actually caught in it. Here's also the Diva Bomb from Central Japan. And that's it. Momentum shifted completely for Dreamlight as that cage fight did get burned out really easily. And then we also have Crocs fall down this small little spot, has a charge out into the Continue Rush. King finds one up onto Talon, his tops, onto the Symmetra. So now we're forced to back up for Dreamlight and reconvene the team. Do we have the teleport? Do we have our PO for our Kiriko? We absolutely do. But do we have Central Japan getting out of there? We do. Nice. Nicely done, but there goes Tomex. That's massive. 1 minute gone from that initial fight over... in favor of Anomaly. They regain their defenses. They regain their positioning once more. He's a lot of damage. Wow. Oh, here comes Zara with the Deadeye. Walking up as fast as possible. They're rotating over to the right side. They appear with the sound barrier, and Pulse on was gonna be expended there for John, which a little bit too late on the draw for that sound barrier. But looking over at D Cruz, there's gonna be a trade off of the Cassidys as the rest of the team are starting to somewhat falter a little bit here. Can we continue to find this little small corridor, and we're just teleporting out, and the Tifa comes in to peel. All eyes on Crocs, and we keep this defense alive. Japan narrowly. Actually, not gonna get the mega pack. Unfortunately, already has been taken up by somebody else, and now Central Japan in his baby form will pretty much be a nuisance here in this fight. Only less than a minute left. Anomaly bringing back their defensive mechanisms, really bringing back their team, really bringing it back with Amalga of all things. A character you don't really see as often anymore. What a play! What a comeback from Anomaly. Cage fight online, Talon. Well, I mean, we have 4 ultimates. We're gonna be using the Photon first into the Deadeye, and then the Pulse on goes crazy. We still find the kill anyway. No tank being in Central Japan has all the momentum, all the space in the world to work with. You have that leg up, especially as we have the continued rush coming in from the attackers here, from the defenders, including the sound barrier. Oh, this bomb might be massive. Good remake coming in from Central Japan, but Crocs is back with a vengeance, and cage fight is going to be committed here in this overtime fight. Just kind of looking at Central, looking at Talon, looking at D Cruz, everybody down for the count. Overtime goes right, but starts to tick down slowly, and not to make sure that this Lucio or Kiriko cannot touch in time. They stop Dreamlight at that 2-pointer, and now it's just all up to Anomaly to take it all the way to 3rd point. Not even just all the way. Just go halfway past 3rd objective, and you've got this in the bag.
Initiating match.
They're so talkative. Very talkative. They love to. I love the banter between these guys. They are hilarious. Looking at the scoreboard with has looking a lot better for both teams. You know, if you remember, first round, first map was definitely a big stat differentiation between Anomaly, in favor of Anomaly versus Dreamlight. But now as we go over to King's Row, it has really gotten a lot more even. Rod and Tomix, both of them, really just doing their work. You know, having these massive amount of assists alongside, you know, coupled with EGs and John Witch, these guys are doing great. Backline is doing great. The DPS is doing great. I do think that the second phase, which is a little more difficult, the 3rd objective, which is a little more difficult to break past, the Malga really did work, and clearly Crocs is going to be sticking onto the hazard here. So I'm dying over here. Sorry, guys.
1. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
Big rotation coming through the hotel, but I mean, Central is just following them right inside. But unfortunately, D-Cruz goes into the fray, gets walled off, and then Crocs finding so much value, so much of that aerial value with the hazard again. I mean, I like the idea of Dreamlight trying to follow them as quick as possible through the hotel. It's hard. It's just hard to determine. Because you have to remember that in those small spaces, Hazard does wonderfully because you have the wall to block off exits, and I think just Cruz just couldn't get out fast enough. So as we're now holding onto this bridgeway, we are seeing kind of solid knocks coming up to the high ground, scoping the area, seeing maybe we can get like a dive ongoing. D Cruz and Tomix both really low already. Has to stay a little bit alive, has to regain, has to really. They just need to chill. They can play arches. For sure. We're walking in really confidently, though. There goes eggs. Not in the fight. Crocs seeked out by the side of Central Japan, and they got back up. That team's not gonna let them. Forcing the Vortex to be used here. Oh, whoa, the confidence. Whoa. Whoa. There goes Zoro. Croc's trying his best, but maybe maybe they can recreate that magic of the first fight where they kind of walled everyone off in the hotel, but not gonna happen actually. Croc needs to back up, go around the side. We lose Eggs though. Oh, we're defending really well. Wow. I didn't get water leader. That's really bad. Big High Noon coming from Zaro. Everyone backs up. It does get canceled out, but D-Cruz has a reversal High Noon that I kind of want them to use. They're waiting on Thomas to come back after getting picked off really early by John Wick. John Wick. 4 minutes and a time bank. Here comes the High Noon. Gonna teleporting over to this high ground. Couldn't find it in time. Pulse Bomb goes crazy wide, trying to shut down this High Noon, and we can't even get the Tracer either. I lied, we do. Nicely done. Committing with this continued rush on the high ground, dropping down. Thankfully, it gets back. Gets to make it back in time as well. And I mean, everyone's just backing up, respecting the space by that continued rush, respecting the committance of both of the rushes being expended there. Oh, but there goes King again by the side of Cruz. And Sambear will be helping this attack phase go. I'm sorry, this defense from Crocs even better. Oh, what a annihilation. Hold on. What a cleanup from Dreamlight. For a second, though. Fortunately, just couldn't get rid of Nox. I mean, Nox is just not dying. Simple as that. Like, if you look at Nox right now, yeah, bro only has 5 deaths. He is not dying. Willingly, at least. Ooh, Diva. Photon Wall gonna be used here, and they're just going right in. I mean, they're pushing them all the way back. Goes over to the high ground, waiting for the Photon Wall to drop a little bit. And it's dropped. We got now are following up on this Diva on this high ground, kind of walling them off. Oh my goodness. Nearly gets out by the skin of their teeth, though. Tommy's looking a little bit worse for wear. Comes a rush from Eggs. But D-Cruz comes through with a Deadeye. Teleports right back out. And here comes Zara with another one. Oh, both of which not getting anything for their troubles. It's been a slow and steady fight, however, but Anomaly is starting to get that point. I mean, the party has been moving this whole time. Despite Dreamlight taking fights in and out, they're doing a fantastic job of keeping this objective moving, this cart moving, and they're going to go for this sound barrier very aggressively, aggressively so. And we can get the Cruise as well. That's even better, but we see. Oh, big pulse on from King. We're going to be going for a reversal, but there goes the Cruise, and there goes Zaro, both of which are down for the count, but the fight is still ongoing with just a tank and the supports. Talon going to be shut down by Crocs. This is Diva with full health. There's also Kiriko staying in this fight. Tommy's going to be shut. Oh, no. It goes for the Suzu, goes for the teleport, and gets shut down completely. Point still moving. Last minute contest coming in from Central. Needs to get the D-Mech here, but Central 99% to a Diva Bomb. Couldn't get it in time. How unfortunate. And there goes the rest of Dreamlight going by the wayside of Anomaly. They're going to be coming in, and look at the golden box of victory. It is right there. They're literally on top of it. They stopped Talon from jumping over to that safety of the spawn room with the teleporter. And we also have the consistent rush from Eggs online. Cart moving swiftly right now. Oh, downpour committed by Crocs. Forces the Photon Barrier to be used. Rod in a bad spot, but DC might be in a D-Cruz might be in a worse spot is what I would say. Besides popping off on the Cassidy, I got a little bit scared because they were in that downpour, just a very stationary target, but the Photon Barrier I think really helped out in that fight, kind of negating any sort of fallout from that downpour, as well as of course the sound barrier from Rod. Jimmy once again stops Anomaly in their tracks. A minute and a half on the board here, so definitely doable. Oh, High Noon from Zaro. Hold on. They calm the cooker. Oh, Talon gets called out, but oh, the bomb gets used. Couldn't really send it out. Couldn't do anything like that. Just had to utilize it. And this is... Oh, that's it. Momentum clearly shifts. Post bomb gets eaten up by the defense matrix. Kitsu Rush expended by Tomex, but Talon coming back from the spawn room should be able to help out in this fight a lot longer in that backline, putting these turrets down, and Eags not just finds one, but two under their belt. And that's just going to be the end of the run for Dreamlight on King's Row. Anomaly takes it 3-2 over Dreamlight, now putting themselves at match point 2-0 so far in the series, and they're looking fantastic. Wow. Nicely done. They're so crazy. Stat-wise, it looks a lot better than we did when we saw on first point, but Crocs, 45 eliminations. Very, very respectable, and in a very low amount of deaths. I mean, they're just not dying. Crocs is not dying. On Hazard, at least. I like the Diva. I really wish there was ability, like, when they got... I think they were just demet and they had to use Bomb there. I do wish that when we used Bomb, it was a little bit closer, because I feel like that would have really put Anomaly far back enough, but I think just kind of the momentum of being demech and then dropping down, you kind of just had to use it where you had to use it, which is very unfortunate. And also, a lot of these opening picks, really going by the wayside of Anomaly, was very, very strong. They got rid of their Symmetra very quickly. They got rid of their Cassie very quickly. It was just a snowball from the 30-second mark and onwards, which allowed Anomaly to just push the cart slowly, while pushing back Dreamlight and really forcing out imperative resources, imperative ultimates. They forced out Sound Barrier early. They forced out the bomb in a very uncomfortable position. So by that point, looks like Dreamlight will be going over to Circuit Royale, and we're also going to be seeing the Orisa ban from Dreamlight. And looks like Dreamlight also going to be opting to attack first again. So they definitely prefer to attack. Makes my life a whole lot easier. I cannot lie. So Team 2 ban is going to be Orisa. And these guys, we're going to be waiting on their ban. Can be DPS, can be support. I feel like Loki, ban Tracer. I'm just saying. Loki, ban Tracer. I think that'd be really... Honestly, a really solid ban. I wouldn't be mad at it at all. But otherwise, doing fantastic. This is so fun. Okay, we're ready for game 3. Did I miss anything? Okay, we are all good. I don't know what time it is. What time is it? Oh, it's 4 o'clock almost. I have dinner date with my boyfriend later, so I'm very excited. By the way, I've played Overwatch since 2016. What? Never met a single Sonic fan. On Discord, my PFP is Shadow the Hedgehog, and my banner is also Shadow the Hedgehog because I love Shadow the Hedgehog. And someone just said, "You're the first person I've seen that that is like a Sonic fan in the Overwatch community." And I'm like, "No way, guys! Like we have." I just really love Shadow the Hedgehog. If they made a Sonic collaboration with Labubu's, it's over. You know what I really want to do? I wanna customize a Labubu. I want to buy a Coca-Cola Labubu, and I really, really want to like take the little Coca-Cola off, whatever, and I want to cover the face and everything. I want to like just dye it. I want to dye it like black. I want a black Labubu. These are cute and all, but I want a black Labubu. Okay. Watch out, reverse sweep. I trust. Okay. Oh, not me trolling. Yo, why can't Crocs be... I gotta see. Oh, he's level 1. That's why. My man's level 1. ready. I'm ready for the sweep.
Attackers incoming.
Or Matcha mirror on both sides. Horus going over to the mid. So very, very... Yo, wait, we're cooking. Hold on. They don't even know about the Bastion yet. Okay, now they do. They're like, I bet they're like, Bastion. We're going Bastion? Yes, I want to see the Bastion. This is going to put a lot of pressure onto Crocs. I think the scary part of Bastion is just the bad damage output and the peel from Rod and Comics that D-Crew is going to be getting a lot of, right? And also Horus with the walls from May. Very, very strong on circuit. Just kind of just blocking off a lot of these sidelines, a lot of these entryways. And look at this. They're going the high ground. They showed up the Bastion. And now, I mean, D-Crew's has all of the momentum in the world to just put a lot of pressure onto this front line. But then we have Freya. Zaro gets called out by D-Crew's beautiful tracking. And we can do it again. I mean, we also see the wall onto Crocs. It would be enough, but Jonovich gets a last-minute torpedo, or torpedo, onto Tomix, forcing... Well, it would have forced a backup from Dreamlight, but they were able to still find King after the fact. So they're gonna be pushing in. Oh, wait, what? That's a very uncomfortable wall to be behind, actually, for Crocs. But King comes back. Deflect use. What a speed out. What a kite away. Terraform gonna be expended here. And me seeing the the bullet shot onto Rod. Build up so quickly, used so effectively from Zoro. And that's gonna be the push done. Stopped by Anomaly. Just well done. I mean, the kite away was really cool from Dreamlight, but I think at some point we hit the below shot and it takes out a very important member of your team, that being the Lucio. Excuse me. Your defense is done. I mean, your attack is done. You gotta just regroup and come back. Oh, we're coming from this high ground. Lamp array used early on. Oh, you said you want to use it so bad. Oh, overall array used. Looking over as Lucio. Can't find one, not two. Slicing and dicing. Sound barrier comes in clutch. And we also see the annihilation from Central, but he's so low. And there's also the window right in front of your face. Good wall off from Horus, so keeping Central alive a little longer. But then, I mean, Crocs just went straight in for the kill, knowing, oh, you're low, and they cannot see you, buddy. Nice. Another clean defense from Anomaly, negating the annihilation, negating the sound barrier. Horus coming up on, or at least has the Blizzard in the back pocket. Tomek is coming up on the Amplification Matrix. Zaro still having that bullet shot once again, so every other fight just has it in the back pocket. Ross hops over to the Juno to mirror Jonovic on the Juno as well. These orbital rays, I think, are gonna be just so strong for Dreamlight if they're able to get it. But here comes the Blizzard, and I mean, Crocs is just completely burned down by D-Crews. Oh, keep Central alive. They gotta keep this point up alive even longer. King comes in for a last minute touch, and so does Jonovic. Less than a meter away from capping, and they do find that first point under their belt, so not gonna quite be a full hold here from Anomaly, like I believe like they were expecting. Oh, we're pushing up, as you should. I believe Central is just going to be coming back. There they are in the front line. Nice. Wait, did I ever like show the ban? I didn't. There we go. Sorry. I just remember I never actually put the ban up for Anomaly. Okay, so pushing Cart in a really comfortable position here, and here also comes the Amplification Matrix and the annihilation from Crocs, but it's not gonna be enough, man. Jonovic mirroring the orbital ray, but it might be a little bit too late. Not only think needed to expend or mirror it, I think definitely could have just saved it for next fight. D-Crew's not has the space to utilize it with this Bastion ultimate. Oh, I mean, we're setting up for it. Hold on, I gotta peep this. Oh, we're setting up. They're ready. Waiting for the walk-in to happen. All right, they see them. There it is. 1, 2, and 3. All of this front area shuts down the bullet shot from Zoro. She's commits with the Amplification Matrix, looks over at Rod, shuts them down easily. Has to do it again, looks over at Crocs as well, but Central Japan looking, really shutting down the use of this Amplification Matrix, and then Horus commits with both the Blizzard, and we also commit with that, with that Annihilation as well. And that's it. They already capped. Already capped. Zoro has it back up. I'm gonna push in, absolutely. King has another Dragon Blade under the belt, so ideally he should be able to utilize this and redeem himself for the first one. Not saying the first one was bad or anything, but got a lot of resources out, but then the Samper was used, so it kind of just negated the ultimate before it could really find the heart of its value. Speaking of, I want to see how King is actually going to use it. Deflect used really early on. Vortex pulling him down. Has to back up. Wait for the wheels to go away from D-Cruise. Comes up to the high ground. No lamp from the side of Anomaly. Hasn't really found an opening to use it either. Just struggling a little bit to close the space, and there goes EG, there goes Zoro. So this is going to be the opening we needed. Nicely done. 1, 2, and that's it. Just kind of taking care of Thomas with the help of Crocs, but that's really it. It's going to happen. One last touch. We see Zoro up over to the Tracer for those couple of precious moments to contest with about a minute and a half on the time bank here. Vortex puts down Eggs alongside the bomb from D-Cruise. Do we have anything? We have D-Cruise does have Bastion ult. Gonna be spending it here all over the objective. No one can really touch, and it finds King on the Venture. Massive, but here comes the Annihilation from Crocs. Might be enough, maybe, but you're in the face of an Annihilation of a Amplification Matrix. That's really all that she wrote. As Japan is convinced with the Annihilation from their own side, and that is gonna be a 3-pointer, but just sub 1 minute for Dreamlight. Watch out, fellas. Oh, watch out. Why does your outfit look cute? You ate that? It's my little shirt. It's my little cat shirt. I love this shirt. It's just like, it's really light, so if I wear it in the summer, it's not super hot. Especially if I wear it without like a shirt underneath, it's just like a little button up, and you're just like, it's nice. It's short sleeve, and it has a little cat over it. And it's the only like light piece of clothing that I actually own, which is quite sad. Going over to King's Row. What am I talking about? Going over to the first part of Circuit Royale. Going to be seeing Dreamlight sticking to this Ramattra composition for their defense. Whereas attack phase, Crocs go back over to the Hazard. Which I don't mind. Kind of see the stats are slowly... I mean, the first round, it was very much in favor of Anomaly, right? Stats are very inflated for Anomaly. Then we have second point where it was a little more even, and then suddenly Dreamlight working overtime on this Circuit Royale. And again, these are the same maps that Dreamlight chose against Ereus when they lost, when they had map pick. So they have comfort. They have techniques. They have ideas for how to play, or how they want to play Circuit Royale. And it's not traditional. Neither of these comps are very traditional for Circuit Royale, funnily enough. But it's working. You know, different things always can or cannot work, and this is very much working. But they are being pushed back heavily by Crocs on this Hazard, and then now they're rotating over to this high ground, so Cruz needs to be really careful. I mean, even more so, backs up immediately. Does not want to be a victim of that dive. I mean, look at all the space they made. Oh, cart's already halfway through. Let me see this. Oh, there goes Central. Oh, he's so low. Tries to get healed up. Good lamb from Thomas, keeping him alive even longer. They're the closest ult we have is going to be Zoro's bullet shot, which, of course, who didn't expect that? Bullet shot online already, but you can't even peek it just because of that Amplification Matrix being expended by Thomas, and they're pushing in. But this might be a mistake, maybe. Now they've made all this space. The Kitchen Rush comes in from Eggs, pushing around this corner bend, using the lamp as well once more, and Horus finds one to Jonovic. Bullet shot expended, but doesn't really find its target. So it's all up to Anomaly to realize, okay, none of this worked. We got back up, and we got to retake once again. 2.5 minutes on the clock here. Rod and D-Cruz, both of them having their respective ultimates. Crocs helping Thomas get this window back up quickly at least. 70% to another amplification matrix, massive. But Crocs gets pushed back a little bit by that Bastion bomb from DC Cruz. I mean, there's 2 walls in beneath him, but thinks he can climb right out and saves himself. Getting super close to this Dragon Blade. I mean, there's really nothing for it. Unless everyone kind of just turns and looks at him. But here comes the Sound Barrier. Here comes the Dragon Blade onto Tomix. And that's 1 kill. That's 2 kills. 2 Slice and Dices, both of which all being the supports, the back line. That's it. Minute 45 on the clock here. Gonna be given another 2.5 minute time bank. So about 3.5, 4 minutes on the cards for Anomaly's push. If unfortunately Horus just didn't have the Blizzard. If Horus had Blizzard fast enough, that would have been an even more impactful fight in favor of Dreamlight. But Anomaly pushing up a little bit, having the bullet shot will be ideally expended here just to kind of negate this push in with the Hyper Ring from Rod. Whoa, 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 whoa. Annihilation expended. Rocking with that Blizzard as well, and that's pretty much all she wrote. Yeah. They're going to get rid of this Freya as well from the Zaro Freya, and going to be turning around, looking at these, looking at the poor Anomaly members kind of called out, going back to their spawn room. Cross about to come back, though. Oh, what a window, but you're in a lamp. Bullet shot's been out to DC Cruz, but still, it doesn't really find too much. Nox super, super low, finds a way out. Crocs, I see him Nox, but Crocs finds a way out. So I would say, oh, everyone's super low in there. I mean, oh, Tommy, don't be sneaky. Sneaky, sneaky, sneaky. Oh! Can still find eggs, and can also find Zoro. Ideally does not want to die here, but does anyway. Zoro finds his one before inevitably going back to that spawn room. This Bastion pick, funnily enough, is working. I think that's the most crazy part, is that the Bastion's working here. Character you don't really see ever in any sort of high-level play. These are some high-level players. Don't even get it twisted. Whoa! Gets pushed back, and you're just going to be looked at by these missiles. Poor Crocs, but still stays alive long enough. Whoa. Big pick, but I mean, we're committing with this sound barrier, and I mean, we see the orbital ray in response instead. King doesn't even have the blade either, so unfortunately that sound barrier not gonna find as much value as needed. Yo, they don't know. They don't know. They don't know my goat was back there. Funnily enough, wow. Finds a leg up onto King as well. This is so good for Dreamlight. I mean, this is the cusp of a reverse 3-0, right? This is where it all starts. You get a game under your belt. You stop this attack from Anomaly very convincingly so, shaving down that 5-minute time bank to, or not even 5 minutes, excuse me, like a 4-minute time bank down to about a minute and a half. This is what's all about. King has the Dragon Blade now, so this should go by the wayside ult economy-wise to Anomaly, but if Crocs goes down now, that's even worse. Downpour no longer a factor in this fight. King neither shut down by, or stuck in place with that Vortex coming in from Central. I mean, they're just in the spawn room. They're forced to play Stature. They're forced to play spawn room. They're forced to go up to the high ground on that left side. You're seeing nothing is working for Anomaly, but they're just going to be banking on this ult bank. But here comes the Dragon Blade from King. Could be what makes or breaks this this attack phase. And being looked at by everybody, though no one would have expected this to happen. Oh, the tracking is insane from DC. I have to say, the tracking, the target priority is just so good. But no, just one hit from Eggs is all that we need. And they're going to go up and push this cart. Downpour, Rush are both online. Zaro can definitely get a bullet shot in this amount of time. DC Cruz still has the Bastion Ultimate. Horus gonna be having a court, also gonna be having that Blizzard in the back pocket for this overtime fight that's gonna happen in about 25 seconds. Downpour appended first. Doesn't really find all too much, however. But rare Bastion ultimate getting kills, you'd love to see it. And we forgot there's a third one. They kind of just assumed that it was done. And Ereus just couldn't find the Suzu fast enough to avoid the power of that artillery cannon. Oh, that's it. Being looked at by Bastion turret form. Crocs goes down. We walled off. There's one more touch coming in, I believe, but they couldn't get there fast enough. Dreamlight takes this third map and take it over to a map 4. 2-1 on the scoreboard. Wonderfully done. This is the cusp. The cusp of a comeback. The cusp of a reverse 3-0. Stop playing with them. Don't sleep on Dreamlight. You guys are so good for a reason. Who would have thought Bastion was the answer? Who would have thought Bastion was the answer here, guys? Wonderfully done. Absolute fantastic work. Oh, everyone's getting added as a co-streamer for these playoff matches. This is just so good. I'm so glad I got to do more than one because I was like, I didn't peep that round 2 was going to be happening the same day. It was happening immediately after round 1 today. So, looks like we're going over Colosseo, and ban coming in from, I believe, Anomaly will be Juno. Let's get that Juno up in here. If I were Gmod, I'll just ban Hazard, call it a day. I would ban Hazard. Wow. Circuit Royale. A comp you would usually see on like King's Row, for example. Ramatra, Bastion, May, Lucio Baptiste. It worked beautifully on Circuit. No Sigma to be seen, unfortunately. I miss Sigma comps, but it is not the end of the world. It is A-okay. I'm definitely taking my Lubu out to dinner today. Get my little bag, clip her on there. I'm gonna clip her to like multiple things so she don't like get lost. You know what I haven't found? I have no idea where my Metro card is. I think I need to order a new one, which is really annoying. I just ordered a new one for Fairfares and I lost it. I have zero idea where it went. I've looked and turned this entire apartment upside down. I just don't know where I put it. I might throw it away by accident. I have no idea. Actually, you know, we're gonna ask this. We're gonna do that right now. Because I lost it and they gotta send me a new one, and I am literally the worst. I keep losing cards. They need to give me like. They need to give me new stuff, bruh. I just keep losing it. Okay, they're gonna send me a new one. This time, I promise I'm not gonna lose my Omni card again. Okay, next ban is also a ban onto Hazard, which is kind of what I expected. So I'm going to update that right now. I just got a Hazard. I finally updated this to have Hazard's face on it. Because originally I didn't have it. So what I would do is if someone banned Hazard, I'll just put this on. Hazard ban, I don't have, I'm sorry. So I found where all the faces are. So I was able to rip it from Overwatch. Thank God. I was like, oh my God, I didn't have Freya, I didn't have Hazard. I was like, oh my God, this is old. But Colosseo, very similar map pool we've been seeing. Save for Oasis. Oasis was the only one we didn't see from our last game with Dreamlight and Ereus, but we all three maps, or three of the maps we've seen were the same. We saw Kings Row, Circuit, and Colosseo from both of those series, so it's kind of interesting to see that connection, like that consistency. You know, they prefer this map over this map, for example. Let me close this out. Waiting on one person to join. Yo, we gotta turn this off. What is your name? What is your name? Let me see. Dreamlight has Janovic, Zoro's in there. Okay, that's anomaly. We have Central's here. Rod's here, Cruz. Okay, it's Palm. It's just Palm. Palm's in there. And Thomas is back. Yippee, yippee. Alright, going into this fourth game. Match point still, by the way, for Anomaly. Wait, the way I didn't even check it, they're on the right side. Let me double check. No, they swapped. Make my life so much harder. I don't care. Let's change everything up real fast. Team 1 and score 1. Team 2 and score 2. Alright. Alright, nice and updated.
Ready for battle.
So stream is Palm, I believe. Full name is Pamitimu with multiple O's. Pamitimu is substream. Central and Crocs, both of which are going over to the Orisa here. So a little bit of a mirror match besides the backline going to be Kiri Lucio versus the Bap Lucio. So all of these flex supports see exactly what they bring to the table with their respective characters. Palm sticking over to the Symmetra once more. And we're going to be fighting actually on this coast area. Kind of pushing Crocs out of there. But Crocs finds Slipstream anyway. Or finds Palm anyway. That's massive, actually. Big leg up in this fight in favor of Anomaly. See another big pick from Zara, who's gone back over to this Cassidy. No more Frey to be seen. No more Dreamlight to be seen either. What a statement on this first game. Or this first fight of Game 4. Yo, chill on Cruz. Yo, they hate Cruz. And not only is all about momentum shifts. Another big opening pig. Oh, Central just kind of walks right in while everyone else is trying to back away. I mean, they're pushing super far. They haven't gotten first checkpoint. They're already at the last. They're already at last point of Coliseo. Like they're pushing up towards that. Oh, sorry. Hainu gets expended by Zoro. Oh, he's walking. Look at this. Look at this. They got to rotate around the backside. Looking towards the point here. Teleports out, actually. And it never even mattered. The Ereus too strong from Crocs. What a rotation. What a cutoff. Oh. Oh. Rod? Alright. Rod's chill. Rod's chill. Rod's chill. Okay. Rod's A-okay. Don't worry. 96% within the first 3 minutes of Call. Within the first 2 minutes, I think it just now got to the 3-minute mark of Coliseo. Might be one of the fastest games we've seen so far. Sound barrier on lock for Jonovic. We also have Crocs coming in with that Terra Surge. Eggs has its Continue Rush, which I really want to see be used on. Yeah, we're gonna see it used. Here comes the Continue Rush. This Terra Surge from Central. Doesn't find anything anyway. Sound barrier also utilized from Jonovic to keep this fight alive even longer. We trade off. Not even trading. Sorry, we shut down the tank of Dreamlight and of course Palm at the same time. Tommy's no longer in the fight either. The Cruz goes over to the Soldier. Trying to use those little legs to run away. I think can't outmatch the speed of that Tracer. We go over to the Zarya instead from Central Japan. Arguably a favorite character to play here. And this should be the shutdown we were needing from the side of Dreamlight. They need to shut these people down. They need to find a pick. They need to find some sort of momentum shift, and they do. They had the bot earn their bell. We're also seeing Crocs a little bit separated from the rest of the team here, but they all come back. This Zar is very high power right now from Central. I mean, they're rotating out. We have Zaro, who does have the Deadeye. I mean, popping it open. And still finds Palm anyway. couldn't really rotate fast enough away from this Zarya. What a save, what a wait, what a kill onto Rod as well. Momentum completely shifting, and we get a little bit of a trade, but King commits with the pulse bomb anyway. And they full cap. Whoa, they full cap right underneath the noses. I mean, they took the bot while Dreamlight was trying their best to go back and like come back around and come back throughout the bridge, but that was gonna be that's a how long was that? It was a 3.5-minute game for Anomaly to take it 3-1 over Dreamlight, which marks the end of today's playoffs for EMEA. I believe NA starts in just under 2 hours. What a match. Very well done from both teams. I think there's definitely some really good moments from either, but Coliseum was just complete momentum based, and Anomaly just had that running power behind them. They just went completely balls to the wall, go straight in, didn't stop getting picks, didn't stop getting momentum, didn't stop pushing at all until about the 2-minute mark, maybe 2.5-minute mark, where Dreamlight started to get their momentum back by going to the Zarya. But otherwise, I think at that point it was just way too late. They had 3 minutes before they had to contest, and that was just it. It was as simple as that. Momentum was so heavily in favor of Anomaly. Dreamlight drops down over to the lower bracket round 2, I believe. I say I believe as if I can just like pull it up. So we're gonna go over to FACEIT website. Boom, bam, bop. Let's look at what we got right now. Okay, I'll look at this through my OBS. Okay, so upper bracket we just finished, right? We just looks like Vision Esports gets a quick 3-0 over Quick 3-0 over Quick Esports. I just realized what I just said. And Dreamlight, we just finished 3-1 over Dreamlight. So this is going to be Anomaly 3-1 Dreamlight. You're going to be seeing this round 3, which should be a banger. Vision versus Anomaly should be a close one. Now, lower bracket, looks like Ereus takes it 3-1 over Gas T3. Not a job, meaning my goats, Harvey Specter himself, is out of this playoffs alongside Wasps. Oh no. So finishing off in 7th place respectively for both of those teams. I think Gas having a map up means that they got 7th and Wasp gets 8th. I believe is how points work. But otherwise, 0907 have their match against Dreamlight tomorrow the 5th at 1 o'clock EST, 1300 military time. And then Quick Esports versus Ereus also at 1 o'clock. So this could absolutely go Dreamlight can absolutely take it over 09. We get a rematch between themselves and Ereus for this round 3 on the lower side, or we could have a completely different matchup coming in. So that's going to be for tomorrow. And as a quick, actually also for tomorrow is this, right? And Grand Finals gets played. I don't think that's true. I think they made it so you can reschedule or something, but that's a different day. I think that's going to be all done this weekend. Let's go over to North America so we can also get our... I won't be able to cover North America. I'm going on dinner date with my man, so I won't be here. But upper bracket, you're going to have Dreamland versus Midori. And on the opposite side of that is Tanuki versus Emote down mid. Uni Academy versus Alternate. And then YAB versus Shikigami. I am personally rooting for Shikigami because that is one of my favorite Overwatch teams playing in this bracket. And of course... I think that's really it. We can also look at South America really quickly. South America looks like they only have this match happening, or was happening. I'm not sure. Oh, wait. Well, South America happening a little bit later. This happened already. We had a 3-2 for Warfist, and then Factor X, not X Factor. Factor X taking it 3-1 over the Elements. So Warfist and Factor X are coming up. I believe that says, so 7 o'clock EST, and 100 versus South American time. And Oceania, they're also going to be playing. That is just 5 o'clock a.m. 6 o'clock a.m. Sorry, this is very small for me. 6 o'clock a.m. is Bakery in Paris for EST. Bakery taking 3 over Crazy Cats, and Paris taking it 3-0 over Fury. And then, of course, lower bracket is going to still happen tomorrow, 6 o'clock as well. So this is the entire Masters bracket from all 4 regions, EMEA, NA, Oceania, and South America. What a match. EMEA, y'all got it. Y'all got it. That was a very fun time. We can do a quick review of Anomaly and Dreamlight, starting off on Ilios. Taking it 2-0 was Anomaly. Kings Row, very close 3-2 as well. Circle Royale, Dreamlight surprising everybody, but then Coliseum was a complete wash, 1-0 in favor of Anomaly, really giving them that 3-1 series under their belt. reminder on the hero bans we did see, all of which I think are very solid bans. This was not banned twice by the same person. These were reverse bans. You know, one team and then another team banned Orisa. And lastly, here are the codes if anyone wants to see them. But otherwise, very well done from Anomaly going forward in the winner's side bracket, and seeing Dreamlight in that lower bracket as well. So they're not completely out. Double elimination once again is going to be Gas T3 is not a job, and I think Quick Esports, no, not Quick Esports, and oh no was on the other side of that. Yeah, Wasp S. Oh no, also getting 7th place. Otherwise, that is all I have for you. We have been at this for 3.5 hours. Reminder, I got my Labubu today. Look how pretty she is. Oh my god, look at her. Like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Like, she's so pretty. Are you kidding me? Oh, I'm so glad she came in the middle of the stream so I can unbox her in real time. But otherwise, that is all I have for everyone today. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your night. Go tune into all of my fellow co-streamers for the NA bracket tonight and the rest of tomorrow. I'll be on tomorrow for a couple of matches, I believe, in the advanced division I'm going to cover. And if I have time, I'll try to do some of the master divisions that we were going to be able to co-stream. But otherwise, that is all I have. And thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Everyone that came through. Thank you for both teams for letting me cast you. You guys did amazing. And that is all I really have. We'll see you guys tomorrow.